These sounds are coming from. Everybody's on my nerves today. Everybody's on my nerves.
Are you going to sit there and just take it?
Let's get to it. Your Wednesday afternoon, Mason and Ireland right now.
Good afternoon. Would you be mine? Could you be
Oh,
mine?
God.
It's a neighborly day in this
I feel like this is Mason today. He's going to walk in, he's going to take off his shoes, change his jacket.
You know what? You cannot impose any style here. You can't have any style without being criticized.
You can have
I'm
style.
wearing a very sharp cardigan sweater, which I've gotten compliments all day long.
By
It is a little Mr. Rogers. I'm not going to lie to you.
Thank you, Momo.
This is
Momo
a great
always
sweater.
has your back.
Are you kidding me? This is a great sweater. And by the way, an expensive sweater.
It
The
probably
undershirt is not Mr. Rogers. The undershirt, like Fred would definitely have gone with a white undershirt and maybe a tie.
Yeah.
Sure.
He used to wear a tie too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that sweater vest is straight out of his closet.
That is right out of his closet. You absolutely opened up his closet, put it on, and now you're going to go to...
Brian, am I wrong here? This is a great sweater.
Yeah, great sweater, but it still could be a Mr. Rogers sweater. Yeah.
It is.
It's
Two things could be true at the
100%
same time.
Mr.
Hey,
Oh,
but you're not
thank you,
wearing-
George Shadano. Two things can be true at the same time.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It is a beautiful day. The rain is gone.
I
I can see
thank
clearly
God.
now. The rain is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God.
Thank you, Blind Melon.
Yeah. And you probably looked at the Doppler radar, and there's
yeah.
no rain for a while now, right?
Potentially Monday.
No.
I know.
See, when they say we need it, we really don't anymore.
it's enough.
We don't need it. Let's cut it off.
The road that I take to get to Daniel's school in the morning was closed because of all the potholes and the mudslides and the whatever.
Yeah. Have you taken a look at the graffiti tower, which is right over there?
It's kind of cool.
It is.
like-
Not gonna lie. Yeah.
Very
I was
cool.
like, I shouldn't say that, but I'm like, it's kind
I
of
know.
cool.
I like it.
It's vandalism, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
But it is.
avant-garde.
It's kind of. I mean, the building is never going to be completed. Probably.
No.
It was like some Chinese company that said we're
Is that what
building
happened?
building a hotel. And I think the council person is Kevin De Leon. He said it would take another $500 million to complete that hotel. So probably it's just going to continue to be a graffiti tower.
But they also don't even have security, so they're not paying. So people are just going in and out as they
They
please.
put gigantic fences around it now to try to
they
keep
did?
people out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just try. They can still
It
get
just
through
feels like
that.
everyone should go live there.
No.
Just be a huge squatter colony.
You want the purge across the street?
I mean,
Yeah, and they're all concerned about people climbing it. You don't just put a tall fence the whole time. You could
Yeah.
have just put a tall fence around it. Nobody could get in there.
Yeah.
but like, that's really prime real estate. Nobody wants to buy that plot of land.
Yeah, you would think, by the way, right now, you're downtown, you're in the middle
Yeah.
of everything. The Olympics are coming, the World Cup. I mean, all this, the Olympics are going to happen
Right
like
here.
Crypto.com Arena.
Yeah.
There's going to be Olympic events. And you would think that hotel would be really, apparently not.
Somebody will do
Apparently
it.
not.
will do it.
Somebody should.
Yeah,
Somebody
there's going to be a
should.
price, and somebody will do it.
So I was getting ready for the show today, and here's what I noticed. We really need the Lakers to play again. We really need the Lakers back because you reach the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Baseball hasn't started.
Well, a
The
little bit.
NBA is frozen in place.
Yeah.
Right? You've got the NFL is over. So it's like a dead spot. The NHL's still going on. It's not like I think there's one day a year where no professional sports are played.
Name me a team in the NHL who's playing well right now.
The Ottawa Senators, look out. Here they come.
I have no idea.
Their
if that's
goalie
true.
is standing on his head.
The Los Angeles Kings have won, I think, 3 or 4.
Have they?
Yeah.
I think the Vegas Golden Knights are
good.
good.
Yeah.
I think Vegas is good again.
I think Vancouver is good.
Vancouver,
Yeah.
Ottawa,
We're just naming
the
teams
Avalanche.
you're
now.
saying
I'm just
Ottawa.
naming
You're
teams.
saying
The
Ottawa.
Bruins, look out for the Bruins.
I'm not positive. It doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know nothing about
I know nothing about hockey except
know
it's fun
nothing.
to go see
That's
them
me
play.
By the way,
every time on Around the
Ottawa's
Horn,
fine.
and they have a hockey topic.
How often does a hockey
Ottawa's actually
topic come
really
up?
bad.
Once every 2-3 weeks, there'll be like a hockey topic.
Like what was the last hockey
The last
topic?
one was some team had won 17 in a row, and then they were playing Vegas, and they ended up losing. And so then the question was, does it matter that they almost tied the record, even though they didn't?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I just call Emily Kaplan, and then I say, Emily, hey,
Yeah.
you need a Cliff Notes on the hockey.
The hockey, yeah.
What should I say about this one?
Yeah.
I was wrong about the Kings. They've actually won 4 in a row.
4 in a row.
Hey.
I gotta get. I've not been over there yet this year.
I really think that it
played
is a
last night?
calendar problem for the NBA. They got to change the calendar. You can't have. This is the moment when people are done with football. They're looking for something else to get into.
I agree, and you have a full week of nothing.
A full week of nothing, and like every night I'm going home like, hey, I'm gonna watch that True Detective. I'm gonna maybe I'll watch Griselda tonight. You know?
Watch Curb.
Curb.
Yeah.
I watched that last night. That was so funny.
Oh my God! Did you see the Curb, Bergman?
It was so funny. That was the best one of the season
It was
by far.
It was the best one of the season. Brian, did you see it?
I agree. Yeah, best one of the season.
Tomorrow, you making fun of my sweater. Tomorrow, I'm wearing those shorts.
Please, I guess Ireland's back. So
Ireland said he's going to wear the shorts on Friday.
Yeah, the shorts. As such
shorts
a
are
and
so
Leon.
funny.
Oh God, JB Smoove
that
is
was
so
good.
funny.
I actually like the golf stuff too. That was very funny.
So here's the thing:
Stealing
This is
lessons.
not a spoiler alert, right? I think it's okay.
Sure.
It's Wednesday.
Most of Curb really can't.
By the
be
way,
spoiled.
when we first brought this up, Momo, you said I'm not a Curb person.
And then you told me you need to watch Curb. And I said, okay, it's the last season. I'll start watching it. It's only a half hour. It's not that.
It's not going to be the last season.
no, I think
Yeah.
it probably is.
I mean, it might, but he'll do another one.
We're trying to get Larry on the Culture Pop podcast. We have Susie Essman coming on next week.
Good.
Who's funny as
Nice.
hell.
No, it was very good. The thing about the dog on the golf course.
Now, play through. Just play through.
How did that land?
Oh,
for
it's
you as
not
an
your
F?
father. It's your father-in-law.
Oh, then that's okay.
That's okay.
That was great.
Yeah, that's a great
So
bit.
funny.
Such a great bit. Yeah, I think that observational stuff, he's just willing to say stuff that other people won't say because it's not the
We all
same.
think it.
It's not the same when your in-law dies as it is
Yeah.
when your actual
It's still a
parent
loss.
dies. It's still a
Yeah,
terrible
you're
loss,
sad for your significant other.
Yeah.
but it's not your
Yeah.
dad,
It's- yeah.
your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sold
It's
that
very
so hard
interesting.
too.
Yeah.
Could you just imagine that scene, the way they were, how many times they must have done that?
Oh yeah.
He was probably laughing so hard every time.
Oh, cool. It's fantastic.
You should ask. I mean, I'm sure you have either Susie or what's your podcast?
Sue.
Sue. Thank you.
Yeah.
I completely forgot her name.
It's all right.
Not sorry, Sue. Yeah, if Sue. How many takes do they use? Because I mean, do they go through a lot of takes, or is it just pretty much you just go
No, they go through a lot of takes, and people will throw bits in.
and just randomly? So they'll do the same
Say
scene.
this, and then
Yeah.
they'll say that. Or Larry will say,
All
"Why
right.
don't you try this?" And then they try that.
Okay.
So that's the way they work. How they get to the ultimate cut. But
Yeah.
it was a dream of mine to be on Curb.
Could still happen.
No, it's the last season.
You got to find out where
It's in
they're
the can.
filming. Oh, it's in the can. Yeah.
It's in the can. It's over. It's over. All right. So here's what I want to do today, Sue.
It's all right.
I just finished a podcast.
Right, yeah.
Literally
I
just
know.
finished a podcast
Female
a while ago.
co-host sitting across from you. I understand. It happens. I like Sue.
By the
Oh,
way, episode number 300 we
of
recorded
the Culture
today
Pop?
of the
Yeah?
Culture Pop podcast.
Did you do anything special for it?
We had legendary screenwriter Terrence Winter on the
Okay.
show, and he wrote the Marley movie, which is out right now. Bob Marley. Now we've all seen the Bob Marley movie. Bob Marley, One
I have
Love.
not seen it.
Brian saw it. Bergman saw it. Why don't we talk a little bit about? I've actually got a Wheel of Questions thing about it also.
Okay.
But coming up next, I think there's a great deal of optimism that should exist in this town.
Let's be a bright sunny day.
Great deal of optimism on a sunny day. If you're a Lakers fan, I feel good. We'll get into that coming up next. Mason in Ireland. Momo's in for John, 710 ESPN. Let me talk about Cal Mason. Let me talk about the LA County Department of Mental Health. So life has got its journey, and there are highs and there are lows. Sometimes you're depressed or sad or having relationship stuff or problems at work or conflict of any kind or anxiety. The LA County Department of Mental Health is there to support you through it all. Their caring team offers more than just a listening ear. They provide free emotional support and service referrals and crisis counseling. You can call their 24/7 helpline, 800-854-7771, or visit their website at dmh.lacounty.gov. Your mental health is their priority. Let them be your support on this journey. Together, let's shape a brighter tomorrow with hope and recovery and well-being. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The black and gold have been to the MLS Cup
ESPN, don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason in Ireland, the number one most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The number one most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason in Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Why are you staring at us?
Who whoa?
This is Weezer. Straight out of like my high school years.
Yep, I'm right there with you. I had this album.
I
Played
feel
it
like
to death.
if there was a Greg Bergman show, this
Yeah.
would be on the playlist.
Yeah. Would it be on the playlist?
I mean, maybe. I loved Weezer back in the day. I seen them live. They're great live.
I still like Weezer. Weezer had that album of all covers, which was interesting. They covered like Africa by Toto.
Yeah,
And
Oh yeah, that's cool.
yeah, they were.
But somebody explain to me that lyric. If you want to destroy my sweater, is that right?
Whoa.
But why would I destroy your sweater?
I mean, he has reasons for it. I don't.
Is that like a euphemism or something that I don't get?
I don't know.
I mean,
don't
I
know
miss a lot
enough-
of references.
I don't know
so-
enough
It says,
Weezer.
pull this thread as I walk away. So you pull the thread and destroy it.
Yeah,
I
so
don't-
you're
Okay.
destroying
I'm
the
sure
sweater.
there's something behind it
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
So, how are you guys feeling about the Lakers right now? Before you answer, let me tell you.
Okay.
I feel great about them.
Yeah,
I
you seem
really
like
do.
it.
In fact, I made a couple of mythical money bets.
Did you?
Last week about the Lakers. One is the Lakers will get the 6th seed. Right?
You have 6 seed or better.
6 seed or better.
$10,000.
Okay.
What do
How
you
far
think?
out?
3.5. 3.5 out.
Who's in front of him?
Dallas. I just had this open. Dallas. They're chasing Narlands.
Kings, Dallas, and Pelicans.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kings,
Also,
Dallas,
the Pelicans and Suns are tied.
Ooh.
They've beaten the Suns 3 times.
I know, but the Suns are getting good. They finally have all their players back.
6 seed. Let's do it.
I don't know. Dallas made some good moves. At the deadline.
Jumping off the ship.
No, I just think that the teams that are in front of them are going to be hard to catch.
Normally at this time of year, I think last year at this time, was I jumping off the ship last year at this time?
Absolutely.
No.
We all were.
No.
We all
No,
were.
no.
Oh, no, not right now because
Not-
it's after the trade deadline.
Remember, after the trade deadline,
were not.
we
Yeah.
all got very rosy optimistic.
Yes.
I actually believe that 6 seed or better. I think they're absolutely capable of that, especially the way they played leading up to the All-Star break. Austin Reeves is starting to resemble the
Yeah.
Austin Reeves we saw last year during the end of the season and during the playoffs. D'Angelo Russell is playing better than he did last year.
Let's see how that keeps going now that the deadline is passed.
Oh, you think he was playing well just
I mean,
playing
there's a
well what?
correlation.
To stay?
Either to stay or to like rebuild his name and his reputation. So yeah, he has an incentive to play well the rest of the year.
Yeah.
To buy, I think they finally figured out how to. He does much better when he starts. Like he's just better when they
Yeah.
put him in that role. I think he's really good playing alongside Anthony Davis.
Agreed.
And when LeBron's out there, it changes the dynamic for him because LeBron has the ball in his hands and D'Lo needs the ball in his hands.
Yes.
But it doesn't look like LeBron's going to be out there.
Yeah, I mean this is kind of the story of the day is that LeBron missed that last game
Yep.
Before the All-Star break. That was at Utah, right?
At Utah.
And they did win.
It was the second night of back-to-back. I get it.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
But then he played in the All-Star game. He played for
15,
16
minutes.
minutes. And then you say likely to not play tomorrow night.
I would guess he's not going to play. That's just a guess. I don't have sourcing on that, but I think he said even like he's getting some more stuff done on his ankle. He got some stuff done on his ankle. Then he went to the All-Star game. Then he's getting some more stuff done. So I don't know.
But why play in the All-Star game if you're potentially going to miss the first game back after the break
Mm-hmm.
when you're trying to get the 6th seed and avoid the play-in tournament?
I know. It's a good question.
I still think.
I mean, I think there's tremendous pressure on him to play in the All-Star game.
Yeah, but
You're the team captain. The league is there. It's a big showcase.
But you
for them.
can be there
Yeah.
and be part of it. You don't necessarily have to play in the
Yeah,
game,
and what is he
especially
getting
if
done
your
on his
ankle's
ankle?
bumped. Yeah.
Like, what is it? I mean, is it PRP? Because that does take some time. If it's PRP, that creates inflammation in your ankle, and then generally speaking, they tell you not to do anything for a little while.
Is that the procedure, do you think?
The blood spinning.
Speculating, yeah. The
I'm
blood
just
spinning
guessing.
thing. Is that the procedure that D'Lo had done? Remember they said he had a procedure?
Maybe it could be just an injection.
He missed a
straight
game
up.
or two, yeah.
Could be like they do injections and it decreases inflammation or helps with pain.
Right.
I don't know if it's Toradol or other things like that.
Sure. Well, that's painkiller.
Yeah, it could
Toradol.
be like that.
Yeah, could be.
So I don't know exactly what he's having done on his ankle. I know it's been a problem for him all year long. Every single game he's listed with, he's on the injury report with that.
Isn't it possible that they won the IST, then went into a slump,
Yep.
and now they're
It's
back
totally
playing at playoff level?
I've said this all year long, and I think it holds. The Lakers are not constructed as a regular season team.
Right.
They're constructed to win a 7-game playoff series. They're constructed to have different looks, optionality, 2 superstars who can do that and play at a very high level in short bursts. But to
Right.
do that for 82 games takes a completely different style of team. And when you have 2 aging stars, it's hard to bank on that.
Right. What was the other bet I made?
Your other bet was over 45.5. So wins.
For wins?
For wins.
For
So that
wins.
means that they have to go 16-10 for the last 26 games.
They can do that.
That's completely doable.
That's doable.
Completely doable.
They better do that.
Yeah, they really
But
need
46, that's a lot
Yeah.
of wins. Like last year, I think 46 would have gotten them somewhere around the 5 seed.
Yeah.
What?
They need
Yeah.
to go on a run. I mean, that's really what.
Well, or they're kind of on one.
Yeah, they're starting one.
That
And
one
let's see
loss they had was the Denver loss.
Yep.
And they were in that thing the entire
They
time.
were.
Otherwise, they've won 5 out of 6, 6 out of 7.
Yeah, the Warriors have gone on a little run here. So
Yeah.
I think Dallas got better at the deadline. Let's see how that gels.
Yep.
The Pelicans, I think the Pelicans could be really good. It's just a question of injuries for them, and they don't have their top players are not as good as the other team's top players.
Right.
Like Zion and Brandon Ingram are their best 2 players. They're not as good as LeBron and Anthony Davis or Steph and whoever or Luka and Kyrie. Like the
Right.
top end talent is not quite as good yet.
Yeah.
Maybe in a few years, but so I think they could chase down the Pelicans depending on how their injuries go. But the Pelicans have a lot of depth, so they
Yeah.
can weather a lot. The Kings, I thought they played a little over their head last year.
Yes.
And they also had not very many injuries. They were
Last year.
Last year, so that's why this year they've fallen back a little bit. Maybe they can catch them. I don't know. I think the Kings are pretty good.
Yeah, Kings are good.
Kings are a good team. It's
Aaron
hard to-
Fox, Demontis Sabonis. I
Is
mean,
anybody
they-
in that group that
they
you
got a great
mentioned? Do
core.
they look like they're going to fall out of it?
Well, I don't think it's necessarily thinking about that. It's if they're 16-10 down the stretch in their final 26 games, I think they are the 6th seed.
Okay.
Last year, it was the 5, and it was 1 game out of the 4.
So there you go.
46 wins.
Last year, 46 wins was the 5. This year, if they get to 46 wins, they're probably
The 5, 6?
the 5 or the 6, and they avoid the play-in tournament. I mean, I haven't looked at their schedule closely, but they're playing. They can play with anybody right now. Bergman, are you with me on this?
Yeah, I am with you.
Come
with it.
on.
I think they've been playing very well. They have the team itself is playing the ways it's supposed to be playing. It's actually a lot of ball movement that's happening that wasn't happening.
Yeah, they
earlier
had a
in the
tremendous
season.
number of assists in that Utah game.
I mean, they've
Around
also
30?
they've
Yeah.
been shooting the ball very well for them, so that's a bit of an outlier because they're not a great shooting team. But they've on this run they've been shooting very well from 3. Not to pour cold water on your theory. I think they're very dangerous if they get into the playoffs. If they avoid the play-in and they get into the playoffs, they're a very dangerous team.
Overall, the three-point shooting of this team was supposed to be good. When they brought in Taurean Prince, it was supposed to be good. He's a 39% three-point shooter this year. So that's a lot of people give him a lot of hell because he hasn't been shooting well, but he's still right around 40. D'Angelo's been shooting well. Austin is starting to shoot the three-point ball well.
Yep.
I mean, they're starting to actually hit their three-point shots because the guys that were supposed to are now starting to hit them.
And, you know, it's funny. The league has now really become about offense.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about it yesterday a little bit. The offensive output is at an all-time high. The one problem with the Lakers is they take the fewest three-pointers in the league. It's not so much percentage-wise they're bad. It's that they don't take as many threes as anybody else.
Remember that whole Anthony Davis is going to take 6 3-pointers a game.
Yeah.
That was
Every
the
once in a while
preseason
you
goal.
get one.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Anthony Davis at the Arc.
I know.
I mean, let's be honest.
I know.
That makes no sense. By the way, whenever we do Mythical Money, because I got money on the table, it's brought to you by Prize Picks, the largest and #1 daily fantasy sports platform in North America. New members go to prizepicks.com/710. Use code 710 for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks is daily fantasy sports made easy. All right, coming up next for you.
Hey.
Going to talk a little Bob Marley, One Love. We all have seen, most of us have seen the movie. So reaction to that, plus the Wheel of Questions relates to that as well. That's coming up next for you. Mesa in Ireland, Momo in for John, 710 ESPN.
Radio, Mason and Ireland here each weekday 1 to 4 p.m. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
All right, here we go. This question is about biopics, or
Okay.
as Greg would call them, biopics.
Biopics.
Which is not correct.
I still think I'm right.
It
I
is
think that sounds
absolutely
right.
wrong.
Yeah, thank you, Momo.
But it also could be like your glasses.
It's not a biopic. It's a biopic. It's a
biopic.
bio.
Bio.
All right.
Biopic.
Biographical picture, I'm sure that's what it is.
There you
but
go.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's bio.
So we
biopic.
all went to see the Marley movie. Momo hasn't seen it yet, but Brian and Bergman and me,
It's
we all
definitely your
saw
demo. Yeah, you're the target audience.
it. I'm definitely the target audience. So what do we think of the movie?
So I think, it has a good message, right, Mace? Like I think that's the whole thing, is that it
Yes,
has
it
a good
is.
message. The music is amazing. I don't think the movie itself was very good.
Damn.
I think that it didn't really. I think what they're trying to do is assume that you already know everything about Bob Marley's life if you've seen this, and they don't explain anything. I also found
that's hard.
I also found it very hard to follow the story because it was hard. They had such thick Jamaican accents that I had a strain to understand what they were saying. Like if I had,
But I thought
subtitles,
once I got into it,
Yeah, and-
I understood it.
Did you know a lot of stuff before, though? Did you have the context to fill in the blanks?
No, not really. I mean, it really covered just from 1976 to 1980.
was it?
I think
it was
it
a
was. It
short
covered
period.
a 4-year period of time from when he got shot to when he returned to Jamaica.
Yeah, but like there was a lot of stuff. Like I didn't know that him and his wife cheated on each other.
Oh yeah, he had a number.
This isn't spoiling anything.
Even
because it's real
at
life.
one
Right.
point, Rita, his wife,
Yeah.
says, "I'm taking care of our kids and your kids from another woman."
Oh,
right.
wow.
Yeah.
So
But-
that was a very they had their infidelities for
Yeah,
sure.
but they just like kind of threw it in there, and it just kind of they assumed that you knew that it was happening.
Right.
And same with like a friend or a brother or something. I didn't explain a lot of things and
That's
who the people
frustrating.
were.
Okay,
Yeah.
Brian, you're a big Marley fan.
Right. I actually know a lot of like the back history and story of these. I thought it was a good movie, but I was a little let down. I don't know. Like
Because?
I just expected more. I feel like they did gloss over a few things that they could have gone in depth and would have made a better story.
Right.
Per se, but yeah, the music was great. The message, the acting, I thought was really good too. The guy who played Bob,
Oh
very
my
good.
god, the guy who played him, this guy named Kingsley Benader, was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Great. He
In
was
fact, from
great.
now on, when somebody says Bob Marley, I think Kingsley Benader's
Right.
image is going to show up in
Yeah.
my head. He was so good.
That
and so
happens with
convincing.
like biopics. Okay, so I think my favorite one, and it's not even a biopic, it's a bioseries, is The Crown.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
I mean, it's the same genre, right?
It is.
And now when I think
Interestingly, by the way, the Wheel of Questions is what is the best biopic? And I think The Crown is a totally good answer.
to me, it's like it's so good. It's to the point where I can't even see the real people anymore. Like when I think of Queen Elizabeth, I think of the people from The Crown.
Yeah.
And I don't even care really if it's completely accurate or not.
No, I know it's twisted around.
It's good
and
storytelling.
I know the royal family
Yeah.
doesn't like it, but they're.
It's really good.
I think it's really good too. I think it's an
I know.
excellent choice for great biopic.
Yeah.
Bergman, best biopic ever.
So it's to me, right? So I
Yeah.
really liked The Social Network. I thought that was
That was
a
good.
fantastic
Great
movie,
one.
and
Yeah.
it showed me a lot about him. So
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Okay.
Also, that's done. It's the guy who wrote that book.
Yeah.
He came out with a new book that's about Twitter,
Oh, really?
and it's already been optioned to some Netflix
To
or
Jack-
whatever.
about
So is
Jack
somebody
Dorsey?
going to play Jack Dorsey?
It's like Ben Mesrick is his name.
Oh,
I think he's
yeah.
a writer. No, it's a writer.
Ben Mesrick wrote Bringing Down the House, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he did the Social Network thing. So he writes these books with the idea that kind of like the way I did the podcast, which is like the idea that it should be a scripted series,
Right.
or a scripted movie or something like that. And he writes it in such a way that's like it's a narrative to where it's he can embellish a few things. Like some things are based on true things and some things are not. They're sort of he fills in the blanks and makes scenes out of things.
Right. Sure.
And does the characters so that it can go be adapted as a screenplay right away.
Okay.
So he's got the Elon book coming out.
Oh, it's gonna be about Elon, not about Jack Dorsey.
Yeah, I guess it's the transfer of
Okay.
from Jack to Elon.
Interesting.
Supposedly really good.
Because there's an Elon book out now the guy that wrote the Steve Jobs book, but it's
No,
like
that's
700
Isaacson,
pages, and I cannot read
Nobody
Isaacson.
can.
It's really
That's
hard.
a paperweight, man.
That's a paperweight.
Yeah.
Brian, what about you? Best biopic ever?
I got two. One, Bohemian Rhapsody, I thought was
That was
very
really
good.
good.
The Queen one, and that was one where I didn't really know a
Yeah.
whole lot of backstory of Queen and Freddie Mercury, and great
was great.
movie.
It was great.
And Moneyball, I think kind of could go as a biopic,
Sure.
right?
Great.
Like
Billy
Great
Bean?
movie.
yeah, Billy Bean. It's about them and the analytics of
Scott Hatterberg?
right. Yeah,
Scott Hatterberg.
love that movie though.
I like that one. And then
Kevin Euclid? All those characters were like...
Johnny Damon was in it.
Yeah, Johnny Damon was in it.
Damon, yeah, that's good.
I am going to go with kind of a weird choice. Kevin Reese, my friend Kevin Reese just texted Ray.
Oh, yeah, that was really
Ray's
good.
unbelievable. My friend Stuart Benjamin produced Ray, and Elise Benjamin, friends of mine. And it's Jamie Foxx is just crazy good.
Yeah.
See, I thought Walk the Line was a good movie, but I thought it was just Ray for white people.
Totally different artists.
I
It's
mean,
not-
yeah, no, but it's like the same movie. I saw the same thing twice, just what Ray was way better.
I thought Walk the Line was
Johnny Cash was
great.
great.
Walk the Line was really good.
It was.
It
And,
was
and
good.
Reese Witherspoon, that's the best thing she's ever done. And she won, I think she won the
excuse
Oscar
me.
for that.
Same-
I would like a
same
word to talk about Legally Blonde.
Oh, Bend and Snap?
I mean,
Yeah.
come on, that's the best thing Reese Witherspoon's ever done.
Okay, mine is a movie called The Insider. Do you ever see The Insider?
Is that
Al Pacino and Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe
Okay.
is an informant, a real life informant against the cigarette companies.
Oh, I did see this.
And
yeah, that was good.
and Al Pacino plays the guy for 60 Minutes that's interviewing. I cannot remember who he plays. It's so damn good.
Yeah,
and the other
he's
one I
good.
love is Catch Me If You Can,
Yeah, that was good.
which is based on a real story. Frank Abagnale.
Every time I see it, I stop, I watch it, or if I'm streaming something, I turn it on because I love that movie.
It is
It's
great. It is great.
Is that the guy where he runs from the plane, right? Tom Hanks? Is that
Yeah,
the
Tom
movie?
Hanks
Okay,
is
yeah.
chasing him. Yeah,
Right,
he's
right,
like
okay,
pretending to be a pilot and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Great
He
movie.
pretends to be everything in that movie. Yeah, so those are mine.
good.
Those are good. Yeah, nothing like a good biopic.
I'm so predictable. I like The Crown.
Well,
So-
but I
it's
love
really
The
good.
Crown.
I
I thought The
know.
Crown was great,
Even the last season was so good.
but I also agree that any Isaacson book is a paperweight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It really is.
no question. I want to play something for you, and I want to get your reaction to it,
Okay.
Momo. So Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Say that again.
Antetokounmpo.
Yep.
I've learned that. It's
pretty good. Yeah.
That's right.
I've
Yep.
practiced.
It's
Don't-
not like Michael Thompson.
Don't
who was
get
just
me
the
started
funniest.
on Wemby, which I struggle
Wem-
with.
let me just-
Wembanyama.
Yeah.
Wembanyama.
Wembanyama.
Yeah. I get it right half the time.
Yeah.
Nope.
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 You gotta go slow.
Saying Tentacupo.
Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo. Yeah. So
Say Wojnarowski.
It's actually Wojnarowski. Yeah.
is it really
It is.
Wojnarowski?
Warge. It's like Warge.
Yep.
So should
Even
we
though
be
it's
calling
spelled-
him Warge?
We should, but we don't.
It says we call him Woj, but it's
Yes.
war.
It's
War.
Warge.
I mean, it's a Polish name, and I guess that's how you pronounce it.
Wojnarowski.
Warge.
Wojnarowski. I think Woj is a much better.
Much better.
Yeah. So Giannis said this, I guess at the All-Star game,
He did.
about watching basketball. Listen to what he says.
I just, in general, do not watch basketball. So, stats, highlights, how people play, I have no idea. And I love it, you know? I love it when I go to the game. I have no idea who I'm playing or who they do.
He goes to the game, he has no idea who he's playing.
I don't believe that for a second.
You don't believe that?
No. What are you talking about?
He says he doesn't watch basketball.
Come on.
Are you questioning him?
Yes, completely. I don't believe that. First of all, your coach shows you tape, so even if you don't watch
Right,
it
I mean,
yourself,
Coach,
you're seeing that. You've played in the league for 10 years. You know the guys on the other teams. And I don't believe that you don't watch other teams.
Have you
I
seen
don't
the
believe
video?
that.
Have
There's
you seen
just
the
no
video?
way.
Yeah, yeah.
man.
He's smiling.
He's
and,
got
like,
a smirk
trying to-
on his
He's
face,
trying to
yeah.
like hold back laughter.
Yeah.
He's totally messing with
He's
the people.
totally messing with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's.
I think he's totally lying.
He's great. He's so funny.
He is funny. He's
You know, I get to spend some time with him when he was out here. Now they came out here at the beginning of the season, right when they traded for Dame.
okay.
And they were all out here for like a week before the season. They had some preseason games out here, and they stayed at Shutters on the beach, and everybody had a week in LA and stuff. And they were just kind of hanging out at UCLA doing practice every day. And Giannis, like when you I said, hey, do you have a couple minutes? I'll ask you a Dame question or whatever. And he goes, yeah, sure. Puts his feet in the ice bucket. And he's like, you got 20 minutes. Because he's going to ice his feet for 20 minutes.
Right.
And that guy, I think I asked a total of 4 questions in the 20 minutes.
Because he just talked.
He just goes.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's how he is. Like, that's his normal personality.
He's a self-starter. You don't have to pry any information out of him. He's an open book.
No. I mean, he's fun. And like when, there was at one point, he was showing me videos of his, like, could you believe of his wife and the mother of his children? He has like 3 kids. I think they have more too. And he was like, this is how I knew this was going to be the mother of my children. She shows me a video of her jumping over something when she was a volleyball player. It was like straight out of Michael Thompson stories.
Oh yeah.
And how she's such a great athlete and stuff. And like, he's just that guy. He's done with the practice. He's got his feet in a bucket of ice and he's telling stories about it. I mean, he's just an effusive, energetic, fun guy.
There was a conversation breaking out about, and I saw this on First Take, or The First Take, as I like to call it.
I think it's The Get Up and First Take.
No, it's The Get Up and The First Take.
And The First Take?
Yeah, I like definite articles. So on The First Take, they were talking about who the next face of the NBA is. Let's get into that coming up. Plus, it's 2 o'clock call of the daytime. Maybe you've got an opinion on best biopic ever?
Yeah.
Bergman, what?
There's just one other thing. We missed something. We missed a biopic, and we missed a biopic, and people are going to be upset at you. Straight Outta Compton. O'Shea Jackson Jr.
O'Shea Jackson Jr., yeah. That's the best one of all?
That's what they're saying, that you forgot it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, we should have mentioned
everything Shea does. I'm a fan of.
Yeah. He sends us funny text messages.
Oh, he's
all the
got
time.
the best text messages.
He just he comes in at it'll be 1:30 in the morning because he's probably overseas someplace.
Yeah, he was overseas.
Like
he was
New
in
Zealand.
Switzerland or something.
Yeah. Sending us, the
Straight Outta
pig was
Compton's
right.
unbelievable.
It is a fantastic.
It's a fantastic movie. All right, coming up next for you, we'll talk about Facing the plus 877-710 ESPN 2 o'clock call of the day. Now I'll be honest. Yesterday I was like,
Really?
Yeah, I was on call of the day.
Oh, on call of the day.
On call of the day. So maybe you've got an opinion on best biopic ever. Maybe you've got an opinion on who the next face of the NBA is going to be.
Ice is also a topic.
Ice was from earlier, but if you want to speak about frozen water, you certainly may. It's just frozen water.
No, it's
Don't know what all the hoopla is about.
Well, you're just missing out.
Yeah. And there's one. Oh, and yeah, do you think the Lakers are able to go 16-10 down the stretch and be the 6th seed and avoid the play-in tournament? 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. Also, it's BB Go 5th Row Fridays. Your chance to win 5th row seats to see the Lakers versus the Oklahoma City Thunder and SGA at Crypto.com Arena. We'll say something today that will be on the quiz on Friday at 3:30. There will be a question from each show this week, and you got a chance to win if you got all the right answers on Friday. How'd it go last week? How long?
Pretty good
How
last
long
week.
did it go?
We had some decent calls. I
Yeah.
took a lot of calls.
No, I'm talking about 5th Row Fridays. Was it like the first guy? Was it?
No. It was the second guy, and he was fantastic. It was a Jazz Meat, and he's in the Mason Island Mafia. He was so excited.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, your call's coming up, 877-710 ESPN. Mason, Ireland. Momo's in for John, 710 ESPN.
At ESPN, don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Sergio 24. No, that's not our community. I'm in the wrong
The
community.
Travis and Sleewood community. It's okay.
Yeah, I know we got multiple communities.
They're friendly there too.
Yeah.
Brian's working hard back here, playing songs about fashion. You don't even recognize it.
Well, because you made fun of my fashion.
That's not making fun of it. We're just pointing out that
literally mocking me.
No, I literally said
you're a mocker.
You're
a mockist.
Your sweater
he is
looks
kind of
like
a mocker.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Such a mocker
at times. But your sweater looks like Mr. Rogers. There's nothing wrong with that. It is a part of a fashion
This is
sense.
a great. I just got this sweater. I'm so excited about it, and I immediately get crap from you people.
No, it's not crap. Who doesn't love Mr. Rogers?
Exactly. He's got great style.
But Mr. Rogers Mr. Rogers had okay, I'm going to defend you now.
Okay.
It had a much thicker thread.
Yes.
Say that
The
fast.
thread count?
Yes.
The thread was thicker, so it was more yarny.
It was knitted.
It
His
was a
sweater
little
was
more
like
knitted and yarny.
Closer to mine.
This is
Mine
more,
is more knitted.
stylish.
Yours is more sleek.
Sleek. There you go. I like
Sleek.
that word.
I would say Fred also. Can I call him Fred? He was Fred Rogers,
Yes.
right? He wore. That was a great biopic too, by the way. The Mr. Rogers movie.
Oh man, it's so
really
good. Tom
good.
Hanks was great.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Two of them, actually.
Well, there's a documentary that
Right.
was great, and then the Tom Hanks version
Yeah,
was
I like
also
that one.
great.
He would always wear a white shirt or a solid colored shirt, and oftentimes he also wore a tie with that. Mm-hmm. So you are not. It's not a full Mr. Rogers look.
Yes.
It's just inspired by.
Yeah. No, I'll go.
Maybe
with
it's an homage too.
that. You know, Fred Rogers
Yeah,
was my commencement speaker at Bowling Green State University.
it's a good get.
Yeah, really cool. And
a
by
good
the way,
get.
the entire student body sang "It's a Wonderful Day in the
bet.
Neighborhood" when he walked up to the stage. It was really,
bet.
really cool.
That's
really
cool.
And the other thing about him, from the documentary, he was the same guy off camera that he was
yeah, he
on
was.
camera. He was that sort of golly gee persona. All right, 2:00 call of the day. Let's go to Jesse. Jesse from Studio City. What's up? Good afternoon, man.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Great.
So I was saying that my pick for the best biopic, I actually have two. One is Armie Hammer in The Social Network playing both Winklevoss twins,
Yeah.
and also Pauly Shore playing Richard Simmons in The Court Jester, which is a short film that I worked on with him. They both do phenomenal jobs.
Now, wait a minute. Pauly Shore's trying to do a long-form version of that, isn't he?
He is.
Or,
yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah, Pauly Shore's going to try to do a full movie, right?
Correct, yes.
Richard Simmons hates it.
I understand, but, I'm sure JFK didn't want so many films made about him after he died.
Yeah, you're right. I hear you. All right, Jesse, thank you. There's Jesse.
Armie Hammer was good in that.
Armie Hammer was great.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell happened to him after that. A whole bunch of weirdness. It's interesting. I have no capacity to read sleaze. Ireland loves sleaze. He knows who every real housewife is dating. He knows what athlete used to be with this model. He knows all that stuff.
He loves it.
He loves it.
You know what? The one sleazy thing you should definitely do a deep dive on. I'm going to send it to you.
Okay.
It's Larsa Pippen and Michael Jordan's
No interest.
kid.
I know this.
Pablo
no interest.
Torre did a whole deep dive on it.
Yeah.
And then there's been like a coda, like they broke up and they got back together again and on and on. It's so good.
Yeah.
They did a podcast once.
Yeah.
Together. Mm-hmm. You don't care.
No capacity for sleaze. None.
So what about some reality TV? I've watched one thing that's sleazy and it's amazing.
Okay.
What?
Love is Blind. I watch every Love Is Blind that
That
has
was
ever made.
gross. I tried watching that because you guys told me to watch it, and I was like,
No,
gross.
that was Naked Attraction.
No,
That
yeah,
was-
that's
that
what I
was gross. Love Is Blind is
Yeah.
on Netflix. And
Okay, I didn't
it's
watch
actually
that.
it's actually really good.
Okay.
Very compelling. I think you might actually like this.
I
Brian,
watched
did you
the
watch
Naked-
it?
I
Oh,
just
capacity
watched
for
this
sleaze.
newest
Did you?
season last night. I watched through like 5 episodes.
Of what?
Love Is Blind.
What's the
Love Is
premise?
Blind.
I don't even know it.
Oh, it's like it's blind dating, or you're dating somebody you can't see them.
You go
more
in
or
these
less.
pods, and there's a wall between you, so you can't see each other. All
Okay.
you do is just talk to each other.
So it's like the dating game.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
I
yeah,
think it's pretty hilarious, honestly. Like I watch it as like,
good.
oh, this is funny.
it's good. I watch
Is it sleazy?
I mean, it's sleazy
Doesn't
'cause-
sound as sleazy as
I mean, when
you know,
they-
women pulling each other's weaves out and that kind of
Oh no,
stuff.
not
Yeah,
that bad.
that's
Well, there's
great.
there's some
There's some
Oh,
drama.
that's
love it.
great.
I
There's a
love
lot
that
of drama
stuff.
in it.
There's a lot of drama when they move from the pods to then get married and they go on their like honeymoon type
Oh,
thing
wow.
with all
Yeah.
the other people that were in the pods.
Do
and
they
were
ever
getting
get
married.
out and like one person's super hot and one person's super ugly?
Oh
Yes.
It happens a lot.
Oh,
Happens
yeah.
every once in a while.
Yeah.
And
The
because
reactions
they're
are
not supposed to
priceless.
say what you look like.
Oh.
And you can see it in their face when they like the doors open and you see each other and you can see one person's face being like, "Oh no, what did I do?" And they have to act like, "Oh my God, we fell in
Yeah.
love."
So does anybody ever say, "I'm out of here"?
I mean, they eventually do get out of there.
Yeah.
Or
They-
like-
most people don't get married at the end.
Like you walk out of it and you say, "Hard pass."
It'd be amazing if someone should have done it this season. They didn't though.
They didn't.
Oh.
Yeah. No capacity for sleaze.
Okay.
Just try it.
Have you
Just
ever
try it.
tried Below Deck?
No, I knew you were going to bring up
love
Below
Below
Deck.
I love Below
Yeah.
Deck.
Yeah, I know.
That's so good.
The last season was really good.
Yeah, no.
Although that Kyle was driving me
Honestly, I
crazy.
think reality TV has been really damaging to the world.
I agree with that because it forces people to act like that all the time.
It teaches people that it's okay
Yeah.
to have big, loud, angry fights and
Or
turn
the only way to
tables
get
over
noticed
yeah.
is to do that. Well, that's also social media too.
Yeah, it is. By the way, you can follow me on TikTok at Venice Mace. Follow me on Instagram at Venice Mace.
So you know what I want? I had a thought about your TikTok yesterday.
Okay.
I just want you to narrate your life. I want you to narrate when you're going into Starbucks and getting the feta cheese wrap. I want to narrate when you get home with the dogs.
Yeah.
When you first see them, and then I want you to like narrate it.
Narrate it.
I want you to say, "I'm coming home. Let's see, all the dogs usually like to run to me," and
Yeah.
and then I want to like film it. I want to see that,
Okay.
like a day in the life of Mace. I want to see all of the. I want to see the pistachios.
Oh, yeah, the pistachios. Those are
Yeah.
big right now.
This is straight up Curb Your Enthusiasm. Your life is Curb Your Enthusiasm.
It is a little curb, yes.
It is.
All right, so I want to ask you about this because this happened on the first take today. LeBron is in season number 21. Steph is still, I mean, he's on the other side of the mountain, but
36.
yeah. So the question is, who is the next face of the NBA? Who is the next face of the NBA?
It's a really good question. Our guy Tim Bontemps had a whole story about that after the All-Star break, and that's why this became a topic because he went around asking everyone who's the next face of it. So all those press conference quotes were from Tim. There's a lot of people who you would regard as potential faces, right? Luka Doncic is good-looking guy on a team. He's a really good player, going to lead the league in scoring, might win an MVP. But personality-wise, I think he has some charisma, but he doesn't say a whole lot. So there's not a lot of depth there, right?
Right.
We don't know him very well.
Sure.
That would be somebody I would point. I think Embiid could have that. Certainly has the personality.
Right.
If he ever won, he would elevate himself to that next level.
So do you think, but don't you think Giannis is kind of next in line?
Giannis is next in line.
He's got a personality.
Yeah,
he's funny. He's loose.
He's done a biopic. It's coming out on Amazon.
Oh,
or
did he?
something. Yeah, it's coming out right this week.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The producer of it is somebody who used to work. I used to work with her, Kristen Lapis. She was a 30 for 30 producer. So I think it's going to be pretty good. It's their whole Antetokounmpo life story. So he's defining himself outside of basketball. He's becoming. He could be the face of the league. Although it's hard to do that from Milwaukee.
What about
He can do it if they win. If they're in the Eastern Conference Finals, you can do it from anywhere.
what about Jason Tatum?
See, that was my pick yesterday. We had this conversation. I think Tatum could be a face of the league, not because he has such charisma or
Riz. We call it Riz now.
I don't want to do that.
That's what us kids do.
Yeah, maybe.
You're Shams now?
Yeah.
You're the Riz god?
The Riz God, yeah.
Is that a thing?
Shams, the Riz God thing is real, right? Whenever he's
that's a
on with
real
Kay
thing.
Adams, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole thing where if you want some sleaze, they might be together.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
I know
That
no
is
capacity for sleaze.
That one's a good one, though.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
I know. And he got her the shoes.
So
Yeah.
Jason Tatum, no.
I don't know that he has, but he plays for a marquee franchise
Correct.
that could win.
Yep.
So I can tell you this: we get data on like what stories do well and what people click on, and generally speaking, if I write something that's got some juice, like it's got some drama and some news and some scandal and whatever, it's going to do well. But very rarely, when you do like just a regular old feature, just a bio feature, origin story feature, they don't always do that well because there's not, there's no controversy to it.
Right.
I wrote one on Jason Tatum during the finals when they played the Warriors.
Okay.
And it was one of the most read stories I've ever
was.
done. And it was like, it was just a story. I mean, it was just an origin story. It was just like who he is, where he came from, everybody talking about him, ran during game 3 of the finals. And it was even one of those ESPN Plus stories they have to pay for.
Right.
And it was like one of the most read stories I've ever done.
Is that right?
And that's why I think like we may think of him as kind of quiet and maybe not a
That's
buzzy
the way
kind of guy.
I think of him as very reserved.
Yeah, although he does say things every once in a while that pop. Like, first of all, his son gives him, that helps his brand, right? In terms of that he's almost defined by being Deuce's dad.
Sure,
He's a good dad, and he carries him around the court. He's sweet. Okay. He also has a good origin story, which I got all into. And that his mom was she was a single mom. She had him when she was like 19. And she was determined, she had a volleyball scholarship someplace, and she was determined not to let her having a child at that age, it was unplanned, obviously, and she was determined not to let that stop her from finishing college. So she would take Jason to school with her.
Okay.
And he would like sit in the class. So he's a baby, and she would like finish her classes and stuff. She put herself through school. I think she's a paralegal now or something like that.
Okay.
And he actually he's really close to his mom and lives across the street from her in Boston. Like their houses are next door to each other.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah. And like then he goes to Duke, and when you go to Duke, you have that mystique of being a Duke guy, although he was only there for 1 year. He sort of defines himself as a Kobe guy.
Yes, he does.
He does. So I think if he ever got over the hump there and won a championship where he really delivered, like last year in the playoffs when he beat Embiid in that game, and then Cassidy Hubbard says, "Boy, you really sucked in the first half, and then you came back and led them to a win in Game 6. You know, how did you bounce back from that?" And he goes, "Humbly speaking, I'm one of the best players in the world." Right? Remember that?
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
a great,
Yeah.
He has that quality about him that could be interesting.
Yeah.
And so I think then he wore the shirt the next game. It was humbly speaking, you know.
What about SGA?
No.
What about Devin Booker?
Book could. They're all quiet.
Yeah.
So SGA is a spokesman for Skims.
Is that right?
Yeah, he does Kim Kardashian's.
Do they do Skims
menswear
for men now?
Yeah, look it up. You can go down it's
Skims for men?
Yeah.
Is it just underwear?
Is it an NBA thing now? Like it's a
He's an
sponsor
official
of the NBA.
partner of the NBA or something. Yeah, shapewear.
Yeah, but is it
So
the same thing?
He definitely has a fashionable sense to him. So like the Thunder, I follow them on social media, and they always do when they're boarding the plane, what the guys wear on the plane, and he is always like very couture, very fashionable, kind of cool guy. He's Canadian. I don't know, but nobody's defined him.
No,
he hasn't been
not at all.
defined by adversity yet. Like you have to be defined by your successes and failures. We haven't seen any of that yet.
Yeah.
Right.
He's about to enter. I mean, he's about to
Yeah.
be in the playoffs, and we'll see how far he is able
Anthony
to carry
Edwards has a good personality, but again, you don't become face of the the reason why LeBron is a face of the league is because he went through so much controversy and adversity, and that's character defined. That's like every movie you've ever watched. What does the hero do? You put the hero in a situation, you see how they respond, it reveals character, you see how they change, and there's your story
them. There
arc.
you go, Joseph Campbell.
I know. You know me. I always do the hero's journey.
I know.
Okay.
Everybody should. It
Everybody
makes
should.
sense. Yeah.
But I didn't actually quote it this time. You just know
I just know it.
You just know it.
So Devin Booker, I know he's a Kobe guy.
Kobe guy used to date Kendall Jenner.
Oh, right.
Chris,
He did.
But he never was on those shows.
Smart.
He's really into classic cars. He's kind of a cool dude.
Yep.
He and Luca have a feud. There's like the beginnings of something. There's the beginnings of definition on a very large scale for a lot of these young players, but they're not there yet.
Yeah.
So my answer to the question, honestly, is Chet and Wemby. I think those guys are going to have a rivalry for years to come.
Okay.
They genuinely dislike each other.
Good.
Genuinely. Like,
Good.
they really have a rivalry.
No fraternization.
Yeah. Like, like you've seen them when they play. And then Chet was on social media tweeting at him and stuff. And also, they're both very articulate and interesting. Like, I went to Wemby's appearance here when he played in L.A. a couple months ago.
By the way, going to be here Friday.
Friday, Lakers Spurs. Super interesting, smart guy. Like, has a lot to say. So I think right now he's a bit of a curiosity. Like, everybody's like, whoa, he's 7'4", and he plays like Kevin Durant. But once they become good and once they get into playoff series, then you define yourself through the choices you make too. Does he stay in San Antonio? Does he move? Does Chet stay there? I mean, like, there's all those career definition
By the way, I
things.
think Wemby is a really good answer to this.
Yeah.
Because he is unlike any player we've ever seen.
I've never seen
seen
anyone
this.
like him.
To see a guy 7'4" with a handle and
The
able
closest
to make
one is
threes
Durant, but he's not 7'4". He's 6'11".
Right. Hey, tweet from @BST. The Insider is the most underrated movie ever. Timeless story, some of the best acting of Pacino and Crow's careers. Also, Debbie Mazur, Gina Gershon, Christopher Plummer, Stephen Tobolowsky, Bruce McGill, Wings Hauser. So good. Yeah, so there's a vote for The Insider.
Yeah.
If you've never seen it, find it. It's really, really good. All right, coming up next, it sounds like we know who is going to pitch the first 2 games for the Dodgers this year in Korea. And Shohei Ohtani showing a different side of himself. That's coming up next for you. Mason in Ireland. Momo's in for John, 710 ESPN.
The most
Ireland continues now.
What's up, people? It is Wednesday, and it is sunny.
Thank God.
No more rain. And Ireland's back tomorrow. The Lakers season will restart tomorrow night in San Francisco. And then Friday night, Wemby at Crypto.com Arena, which is exciting. So I got this. Dave Roberts has indicated that it is likely the first two pitchers for the Dodgers, first two starting pitchers of the year in Korea, will be Yamamoto and Glasnow.
Okay.
Now, I would assume that Yamamoto is going to be the opening day starter, or whatever that is, opening night, opening middle of the night
South
for us.
Korea.
In South Korea, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we
Those are
say
real
South
games?
Korea, or do we say just Korea?
I think South Korea.
South Korea,
Well, because
yeah.
they're two separate places.
Right,
We don't
one,
talk about the
one you
above.
just don't go to.
No, well, you're not allowed in.
No.
Might be. You just can't get out.
I would never go there. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
You know,
It's true.
I mean,
They
you
come
stumble
in,
across the
but they
border, you ain't
never
going
leave.
back.
Right. So Yamamoto, what's interesting is then Yamamoto could again be the opening day starter at Dodger Stadium, and I would assume he probably will be.
So that's the home opener.
Home opener against the Cardinals.
The next week on Thursday. So we can go Wednesday at 3 o'clock in the morning and then Thursday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
5
for the
days
home-
rest, right?
No, that's plenty. Yeah, it's plenty of rest. But, I mean, for the amount of money that he got more than Garrett Cole, he should be your number one
Oh, wow.
starter.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
already doing that.
Well,
You're
no,
already
I
doing
mean,
the money.
they give him that much money. He
I know.
should be the best pitcher
What was
on your
the money
team.
on him?
It was like 300, and there's no deferrals on him.
Yeah, no
Oh.
deferrals on Yamamoto.
No, it's 330 something. It's more. It's a couple million more than Garrett Cole, who's probably one of the best pitchers in baseball.
It came out, by the way, that the Phillies made a bigger offer to Yamamoto than the Dodgers did.
Really?
Yeah. They made the biggest offer, and Yamamoto opted for the Dodgers.
That's interesting. I thought it was just between the Mets, the Dodgers, and what was it? The Yankees? Was that
The Yankees were in on it. It's 12 years, $325 million.
So for 12 years, $325.
That's amazing for a team that never used to go beyond 6 years for a pitcher.
Yeah, the Phillies offered more money than any other team that had been trying to sign Yamamoto. The Philadelphia Inquirer reported this, and Middleton, this is John Middleton, the owner of the Phils, says he has no regrets that Philadelphia pushed really hard for Yamamoto, didn't get him. So he didn't even take the biggest offer on the table. Here's the thing about the Dodgers. I'm worried about Tyler Glasnow.
Okay.
I don't know if I mean, Andrew Friedman knows what he's doing.
He came from Tampa. That was a while ago, but he has enough of a read on that organization.
But he has never pitched. Like, he's never been a 30 starts a year guy.
Yeah, he's kind of
SSAYM.
Tends to break down.
Didn't he also kind of do some, like, he would need an opener sometimes? Didn't they do the opener for him a lot?
They may have. He was rehabbing from an injury. But I don't know if the Glasnow thing's going to work out. I think they've got enough pitching talent to be able to win 100 games.
Yeah.
Last year he started 21. He's never started more than, last year was an all-time high, 21 starts, 120 innings.
Ugh.
That was it. 10-7, 3.53 ERA, 21 starts, and just 120 innings. That is the most innings he's ever pitched in a season.
How old is he?
Tyler Glasnow is, I don't know.
And they gave him money.
Look it up.
Yeah. I mean.
30.
Oh. Older than I would have thought.
And they gave him
They paid him.
They paid him big. Are you a Glasnow?
I think he could be good here as long as he can stay healthy. I mean, his age might not be so big because he hasn't really pitched as much as he should.
True.
If he stays healthy, he has the stuff to be very number one starter quality stuff. So when you have a bunch of guys that can be number one starters, I think I like him. I would like to see him stay healthy. I'm not really sure he can.
There are multiple arguments here. Glasnow one, Yamamoto another, Kershaw coming back later in the year, young pitchers in between like Emmett Sheehan, Bobby Miller, like Walker
James
Buehler
Paxton.
coming off of surgery, James Paxton who has an injury history. I think there's an excellent argument, and I've not heard this officially, but there's an excellent argument for a 6-man rotation for the Dodgers.
Absolutely. They should do that just for all those reasons that you're saying, because why not give them more time? They don't need, usually Kershaw was really the last kind of guy that needed those 5 days of rest.
Yes.
I think these guys can go on longer rest and should be fine.
Because in Japan, they do pitch on 6 days.
I think they do.
I think it's they pitch a 6-man rotation in Japan.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm not positive on that, but I think you're right. And that's why this team specifically should do that, just to save all their arms.
Right.
Like, I don't need 25,
Well,
30
when
starts.
does Walker Buehler come back?
It's kind of up in the air. He's not going to be ready to start the season.
Sounds like May-ish.
Yeah.
Gosh, it just keeps getting pushed back.
Yeah.
Second Tommy John.
Yeah, but there was talk of him coming back at the end of last year.
Correct,
and then
there was, and then they threw a bucket of cold water on that.
I think he was trying to come back, but it was just he was never going to be himself, so they pulled him back.
Yeah. That's my concern. My concern is Glasnow is a question mark.
Yeah.
And by the way,
I think all of them
in the
are.
great context of things, that's not a big...
Well, nobody's really seen Yamamoto. We all just assume he's really good.
He's the best pitcher ever out of Japan. He's coming off 3 of what are the equivalent of Cy Young awards in the Japanese league.
And he's 25.
And he's young.
I'm sure he's really good. We'll see. Right? I just feel like there's been a pitcher from Japan that comes over almost every year, and I don't know how to evaluate them until they perform.
Right, but they had, what was the guy with the Mets? That
Senga.
Senga.
Kodai Senga had a very good year.
Yeah.
Very good year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ohtani
Ghost
was
ball.
from... Yeah.
Ohtani's literally like the only one who I think is really popped.
No, there's been other guys. The Dodgers had a bunch of guys that have come over from Japan that have been, or at least from Asia, and have been good.
Yeah. Have been good, but like $320 million for a pitcher
is stunning.
Stunning, especially for that organization.
The crazy thing about that, too, is there's another guy over there named Roki Sasaki that's supposed to be better than all of them, and the Dodgers have a fast track to him. They've been with him for years.
Yep.
So he could possibly be coming next year, and that would be Ohtani starting to pitch again, Sasaki on there, and Yamamoto, all from Japan.
Well, look at it this way. Kodai Senga, who you're saying just had an average.
He was good.
12-7, 2.98 ERA with 202 strikeouts and just 166 innings. That's a monster year. You'll take that.
Yeah.
And Yamamoto's better.
Okay.
Coming up next, I saw a little nugget. You guys are both Raider fans about what the Raiders could potentially do at quarterback for next year. I want to bounce it off you guys, see if it meets your seal of approval. In the meantime, if you were recently injured in any kind of accident and you haven't called my friend Jacob, what are you waiting for? Not taking action may cost you money. What's that mean? Well, let's say you were injured in a car accident a few months ago. You thought the pain in your back would go away, so you went to see a doctor, but now a few months later, it's getting worse every week. The problem is, because it's been a few months since the accident, it's more difficult to prove that your back pain was caused by the accident. Therefore, you probably got to pay for it all yourself. Do not put yourself in this situation. If you're injured in an accident, call Jacob immediately. He will get you to the doctor with no money out of pocket so you can physically recover quickly and not have to pay for it yourself. Remember, a lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com, and don't forget you're following on, you want to follow Call Jacob on Instagram, go to @call.jacob. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The Black and Gold have been to the MLS Cup Final the last 2 years in a row. Can they make it a third? The road starts this Saturday.
BMO Stadium is rocking for the Black and Gold.
LAFC are reloaded and ready for Season 7, led by former World Cup champion keeper Hugo Lloris and last year's Golden Boot winner Denis Bouanga. Denny! It's the season opener at BMO. LAFC versus Seattle. Pre-game starts Saturday at 1 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Thank you.
We wanted to make you feel good, Mace.
Sharp dressed man.
Your hair looks good, too.
Yeah.
I can tell you put a little product in there.
I always put Sergio, when was the last time you saw me slob out? I haven't slobbed out in a long time.
No, you've been very good for what, like
Yeah.
4 or 5 months now?
Yeah, no, this is just the new
What's the
Steve Mason 2.0.
Reboot.
2.0.
2.0.
I
It's
think
the
it's more
reboot.
like 10.0.
It's the reboot. Come on, let's go. All new. By the way, it is Momo's game today. Apologies in advance.
We'll see.
You're gonna regret this.
Is it about Taylor Swift?
No.
No. Are you allowed to say what the theme is?
It's a Curb Your Enthusiasm game.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
Okay.
Because you guys got me into it.
Now
so I
you're
said,
speaking
okay,
our language.
all right.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that.
I think anybody who watches the show will do well at this, and and even if you watch it, you still might not get it.
Yeah.
Have you gone back to other seasons now?
A little bit. I've always watched a little bit, so like I knew what the show was about. But because you got me into it, you said it's the
Yes.
final season. You got to watch. I was like, okay, so I watched the first 3 episodes.
The
Good.
show is genius.
Oh,
Mark
it's unbelievable.
Cates texted me last night because he never watched the show and he watched it last. That he said that was one of the funniest episodes I've ever seen.
I mean, the one in
episode
Atlanta
on
was
Sunday
good.
was fantastic.
Amazing.
The one with the lawn jockey was really funny.
Oh, the lawn jockey one was funny.
That was very funny.
Yeah,
And
but
with the
I didn't
hair
like it as well
coloring.
as last night.
No,
last night was great.
Yeah,
Was great.
This was the
There's
first
Sunday
one of the
night.
season I really actually liked.
You know what? This is the one that made me laugh the most.
Yeah.
So if you're not watching Curb, what's wrong with you? Can I just take an aside before we get to the Raiders? And, I do.
It's your show, man.
I'm partnered with the LA County Department of Mental Health, and you hear me talk about it. So every Friday, I do what we call the Mindful Minute, and it's a video thing, and it's a thing I do on the show as well. And so it's an expanded version of everything. And I, as you know, I've talked about it, have had my mental health challenges. My mental health journey is like a lot of people's. I've figured out how to manage it and how to be in the middle of the fairway all the time. The one thing I'll say is I like to use a tweet from a listener as sort of a jumping off point to one of those mindful minutes. So if you are struggling right now, or you've come through a struggle right now, or your perspective, you don't have to make it public. You can DM me, and I will not say your name or your Twitter handle or anything like that. But I like to use that as a jumping off point. There was one this week. Actually, I think we all saw this one this week. There was a guy that tweeted that his mental health situation wasn't good right now. And we all chimed in at some point and mentioned LA County Department of Mental Health, and you've got a whole community to support you and all that kind of stuff. I just think that's really, really important. And it's important to know if you're struggling that the world is going to rise up and support you. You just have to trust that that's going to happen. So
You also have to ask.
That's the big thing. You have to ask. You have to tell people.
I mean, to me, it's always the biggest issue when I see people struggling like that, is they feel like they're alone and they don't want to say anything, or they're embarrassed, or they don't want to reach out and put themselves out there, even if it's private.
Yeah.
It sort of feels like, oh, you're joining some club that you don't want to be in. And I'm like, no, all you have to do is reach out. And do you know how many times when you tell people, oh, I go to a therapist, and they go, oh, yeah, me too. Yeah. Like everyone does.
Yeah. No, it's healthy.
And everyone should.
It's good. You got somebody to talk to. And we got one a couple of weeks ago where the guy said, I'm afraid to tell my friends. I'm afraid to tell my wife. And I'm like, no, you've got to tell the people that are closest to you so they know how to support you. So anyways, you can DM me at Venice Mace, and maybe I'll use your story as part of the Mindful Minute. All right. Okay, Raiders quarterback situation.
Yeah.
You guys are huge Raiders fans. I'll play the music for you. Eva.
Thank you.
Thank you, Momo.
If we're going to talk about the Raiders, we got to play the music.
Feels so good.
It does.
So, saw a piece today. Something on ESPN.
It's all right.
From Mike Tannenbaum.
Oh, yeah.
Former NFL GM. This is his suggestion, and I think it's a good one for the Raiders, who have an open quarterback situation right now. He says that the Raiders should sign Russell Wilson once he's cut by the Denver Broncos, and that they should draft J.J. McCarthy from Michigan as the next quarterback and have him behind Russell Wilson for a year or two. What do you guys think of that as Raiders fans?
You want to go first or me?
Oh, boy. Not liking this, huh?
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah?
You can think about it all you like.
Russell Wilson had a really good year last year.
He was fine.
Well, they would be getting him at a discount. I've heard him linked to Pittsburgh. That's the
I
one
have
keep
also
hearing.
heard him linked to Pittsburgh.
And
Sure.
Emily is very upset about it.
As she should be.
Yeah. I'll take Russell Wilson. I'm all right with him. I'm all right. Look, it's not going to cost that much.
Who is your actual... by the way, I think the best choice for the Raiders is Justin Fields.
That's the right way to go. If they can make that happen with picks or whatever they got to do, I would 100% do that and put Justin Fields along with Devontae Adams. Like I'm fine with that. I don't have any interest in J.J. McCarthy. I
like J.J. McCarthy. I like him.
I think
he can play.
You know what? It's hard to say because they ran the ball like 60% of the time last year.
And he's a Harbaugh guy. He's like a
hardcore running team.
I know, and they had a great line.
Yeah.
But I like him. He's like a leader. He's a winner.
So
He's
the
never
vote
gonna
on
be-
the vote on Russell Wilson is split.
I'm going to say no.
I'll
I
go
would
with
not
Russell
want-
Wilson.
I would not.
At the right price, I'd do that.
The vote on Justin Fields.
Yes, for me.
Momo,
no.
I think he's a franchise quarterback.
really?
I absolutely
Then
do.
why wasn't he for the Bears?
Because the Bears are a terrible organization with a coach that's not very good.
And he's also
He's
had a bunch of
okay.
different coordinators.
Yeah,
with
different
him.
coordinators.
He was fine. He was actually good for the most part.
Last year he was great. This current season he wasn't because it was Eberflus and
Changing
what's his
the
name?
offense.
Yeah.
I just think it can't always be a good quarterback is still a good quarterback. Like you could tell me that about Mac Jones. Okay, I don't think Mac is that talented. I think he was just a good leader, and people with the right coordinator, he'd be good. And when he lost his coordinator,
Yeah,
he
see,
wasn't as
Mac
good.
Jones is not in the same conversation
Fields
as
has
Justin
a lot of
Fields.
talent. He's really good, but I don't know that. I don't know. He's had a long time in Chicago. At some point, you have to rise above whatever the coaching staff is.
He's now unfollowed the Chicago Bears.
That's this generation. I love
Yes.
It is so. I mean, and
it takes a lot for me to unfollow people.
right, and he says, "Oh, that doesn't mean anything." No,
Right
that means.
before What's Up, Fool?
Oh, you were just going to do that? Okay, I'll hold it.
No,
I'll
that's
hold
all right.
the
You can,
conversation.
we can do it.
You
Go
can
ahead.
find another
it's the same
story.
thing.
This-
I do have another story. I
This
have another
whole
one.
thing about unfollowing, like, what would
know.
happen if we unfollowed ESPN LA?
Oh wow.
People would freak out.
Would they freak
oh,
out?
yeah. Well, first of all, Carlo would come in here and be like, "What are
Oh,
you
look,
doing?"
Carlo's over there. He's like, "No,
you would freak
don't."
out, right? What would you say, Carlo? Come here, Carlo.
Yeah,
come here.
Carlo, come on in.
Yeah.
Carlo is our social media director, vice president of social media.
Vice president of social media.
Vice president of social media. Carlo, what would happen if I
What's the
unfollowed
alliteration that you got? Mao.
Mao?
I guess mine would be social media. Smunda?
Smunda. Yeah, Smunda.
Smunda.
Okay. So what would happen if I
that doesn't have any
unfollowed
ring to it.
ESPN Los Angeles?
I would ask, what did I do to you?
What, would you take it personally?
Come on, yeah.
Do you think I would be sending the message that I'm looking for another place to work?
Yeah, and I would check if you liked any recent Fox Sports, AM 570
Yeah.
posts.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So that is a way to send a message, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Does everybody at the station follow ESPN Los Angeles?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
That's why we have
Okay.
950,000 followers.
We do.
Come
We
on.
do. Yeah.
Mace, do you have grudges to where you do not follow that person? And every time I've gotten to the point where I follow most people, I just like, whatever, I'll just follow you in case you want to DM me this one day or whatever.
Right.
But there's a couple people I don't. I'm not naming those names. Don't ask.
What do they
I'll tell
rhyme
you
with?
afterwards. You wouldn't know them. They're not.
What's
big
the first
names. It's a guy that I used to work with.
Oh, okay.
I didn't like him.
What's his initials?
Nope. Too identifiable.
What does it rhyme with?
I'll tell you in
Yeah.
the break.
What's it rhyme with?
But like it always gets as one of my suggested follows. Like I should follow him and he should follow me and we don't. And so neither of us like I must be in his suggested follows and he's always in mine and I'm always like no.
No.
But what happens if he followed me one day? What if like the Cold War was over?
So he doesn't like you either?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, so it's
Yeah, we got
mutual
into it a few
dislike.
times,
I
yeah.
don't think anybody's. If you have mutual dislike, then why would you?
Well, what if
follow
one day
somebody?
he just did it? Would I then have to follow him?
No.
Because right now we just like, sit there and like.
You would
and
not
I
have
wanna-
to.
And I want to tell Instagram, stop suggesting I follow him. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, no, I get those suggestions. I don't follow a lot of people.
You don't?
No, I don't follow a lot.
You follow me?
Of course I follow you.
Okay.
Of course I do.
Follow Ireland?
Of course I do.
Did you follow Bergman?
I recently folled Bergman. I think it was like 2 weeks ago I followed him.
Yeah.
Did you notice it? You got that alert?
No, he talked about it on the air. He's like, I just realized for the 17th time that I don't follow Bergman. It's like, well, are you going to
It's
follow
funny, the
or
previous 16 times, I still didn't follow
Exactly. You still didn't.
Number
But the whole
17.
thing was you did follow me. Then Ireland decided not to. So you're like, I'm going to do it too. And then just never followed again. I don't really care. You can unfollow if you like.
But there's no question that Justin Fields is doing this for a reason.
Oh, yeah. That's not an accident.
It didn't just
he even had a
accidentally
quote
happen.
saying he's tired of all the trade talk. Just get it over with.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah, but
might
you know
as
what?
well.
Suck it up. It'll be over with by the time the draft hits.
Yeah.
It's fine.
All right, we're going to do some What's Up, Fool. The clock is just screw the clock today. Who cares? I don't care when we break or whatever.
I mean, for the most part, we still just get out by the top of the hour. I'm fine.
Yeah, okay.
Even if you don't, give me an ID.
All right. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, What's Up, Fools coming up next. Bergman's going to throw stuff. Brian's going to throw stuff out. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Black and Gold have been to the MLS Cup Final the last 2 years in a row. Can they make it a third? The road starts this Saturday.
BMO Stadium is rocking for the Black and Gold.
LAFC are reloaded and ready for Season 7, led by former World Cup champion keeper Hugo Lloris and last year's Golden Boot winner Denis Bouanga.
Denny!
It's the season opener at BMO. LAFC versus Seattle. Pre-game starts Saturday at 1 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Por la cultura.
Brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales. Okay, so Allen Iverson was on the Big Pod with Shaq.
Okay.
And they were talking about how back in the day he lost the scoring title to Kobe when he averaged 35 and Iverson averaged 33.
Okay.
So Shaq asked him, how many points would you average in today's NBA? Because back then you could actually put hands on people, like you hand check and all that kind of stuff. So he said 43. He would average 43 in today's NBA. Do you agree with him? And who would be the best scorer from that era?
I don't think anybody scores 43 a game.
I mean, he was putting up points.
He didn't shoot threes either.
Yeah.
Iverson could shoot threes, but that wasn't his game.
Not
he
his game, right?
Nobody's game was really threes until really Steph.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, people were shooting threes.
It was evolving that way.
Yeah.
I don't think he would score 43 points a game. And again, not a three-point shooter. Although I'll say this for all those guys, if they played in this era, they would learn to be great three-point shooters.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if Allen Iverson came along today, he would say, I got to shoot threes, and he would work at that, and I'm sure he would have been unbelievably successful.
I think McGrady would score a lot.
Oh, McGrady.
He was always a crazy scorer.
Very much like Kobe, and the two of them would go after it.
Yeah.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, so we know now that Vladdy Jr. is on the cover of MLB The Show 24.
Uh-oh.
They're coming out with a new feature in this year's game, too. Similar to the old NBA 2K games where you could play through Michael Jordan's career and hit all his career moments in big games. They're going to be able to play Derek Jeter. So you're going to go through Derek Jeter's whole career. There's like 20 different moments, all the big games. The flip, 3,000 hit kind of deal like that. If you could choose anybody, in the Hall of Fame kind of aspect, who would you want to go back and relive their career?
In other words, to be them?
In any sport or in baseball?
In baseball.
I think I would want to be Nolan Ryan. To me, so for me, I've never seen a no-hitter in person, ever in my entire life. And if it's the third inning and somebody gets the first hit, I'll say, there goes the no-hitter. I'm always super and Nolan Ryan threw, I think, 6 of them. That's amazing. And pitched for a long time.
Yeah, he was really good for a long time.
He was durable, and his fastball was still incredible, even at the very end of his career. So I would choose Nolan Ryan.
Okay, so is this about reliving the moment, or who had the coolest career or the coolest
reliving
style?
Reliving the moments.
It's a different answer. Because I was always like, I love Ken Griffey Jr. That would have been the dude I would like. I didn't have any great moments.
Right.
Really playing the World Series.
Not in the World Series, but
he
he
didn't
had
really play
huge moments. Like him with his dad, like some of the monster home runs, the catches he made.
I know they were good, but he never played in the World Series or anything. They never got that guy. It's Ken Griffey Jr. would have been my answer for who could you play their whole career. Let's go with Hershiser in that 88 season.
That's a good one.
The how many innings? Scoreless streak?
56 and...
No, 50. Now I'm forgetting.
58, I think.
50-something.
58, I think. I think that sounds right.
And a third.
Did you go to any of those games?
I was not old enough, but I watched them all.
I went to the one where he faced Doc Gooden. I think it was like the second to last one. It was him versus Doc Gooden and threw the shutout.
Yeah.
That's a great call.
That's
an unbelievable streak.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll ever be beaten.
No. It would have to be so many straight innings, so many straight games. And he had complete games in there too, right?
Oh yeah,
of course.
Yeah, Hershiser's a good one. Brian, what about you?
I would probably do Albert Pujols.
Okay.
Albert
Big
Pujols.
guy. He had World Series moments with the Cardinals early.
Yes, he did.
700 home runs over it. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Bergman?
It was 59 and a third, by the way.
59 and a third, okay.
I would want Manny Ramirez.
Really?
He had a crazy career. Just all the things that he did in Boston with all the titles.
Cleveland times.
Coming here and doing Mannywood. I don't care that he did that stuff. That's fine. He got in trouble for the PEDs. What did you think that meant, right?
That's the old taking the needle thing.
But he was a star everywhere.
Oh, when he came to L.A.,
he was massive.
That summer was fantastic.
Absolutely. Manny Wood was on fire.
It really was. It really was. Yeah.
Give me that.
A little shout out from Pepe. He said Sandy Koufax.
Oh, sure.
Another great
Sandy
one.
Koufax. Absolutely.
What's
Pepe,
up,
what are you
Phil?
doing out there? Why aren't you in here?
He can't hear you.
All right.
He's got the biggest frappuccino-looking drink.
He's
that
seriously,
he walked in
that's
here.
just a milkshake. Okay,
It
what's
is.
next?
It really is.
Does Rose like that you would drink those?
Hey, what's up, fools?
So MLB Network right now is also releasing their top 100 as of right now, per se, and the Dodgers already have 4 people on the top 100. Today, 1 through 10 will be released. The big 3 still not on there. So the Dodgers, Freeman, Betts, and Ohtani should be on there. Theoretically, we'll have 7 players on the top 100 list.
Wow.
And Mookie Betts' last 5 years finished 2nd, 4th, 2nd, 6th, and 4th.
So this is their rankings going into the season.
Yes, of the top 100. So who? And the big story yesterday was Mike Trout left off of the top 10,
Okay.
ranked number 12 now. So people upset about that.
Sure. Well, I mean, that's about right for him.
Right,
I mean,
Yeah.
So who are your big 3 in the game right now? If you're taking 1, 2, 3, who are you putting
Acuna's number 1.
Who is?
Acuna.
Ohtani's number 1.
Oh, okay. Well, if he pitches, okay, yeah.
No, if he
Even
hits.
as a hitter, okay. All right, Ohtani.
No, he could win the home run title this year.
Yeah.
I'd probably put Acuna second.
I think Acuna is a great call. And let me see. Who is
Probably
number 3?
Mookie's probably right around there. Maybe Judge.
What
No.
about that shortstop in Cincinnati?
Oh, Dela
Ellie
Cruz?
No,
Ellie
he's not
Dela
there.
Cruz.
You know,
He's not there yet.
He's not there. I was looking at his stats yesterday with Travis.
He tailed off.
He did. He only had 14 home runs. He had 235 batting average, 300 on base percentage. It kind of wasn't as great as we remember. Big moments,
right?
But not great.
How about
season.
Garrett Cole?
Half a season. Garrett Cole, yeah.
He had unbelievable last year.
Matt Olson was good last year.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody's put Matt Olson. I'm
Juan
sure is
Soto
top 20.
usually gets in that conversation, but he hits like 240.
No, last year he hit much better. He
Better?
hit 300 last
Okay.
year.
Yeah, but he walks so much.
And walks a ton. Yeah, his on base average is like 560 or some crazy number. What about for you, Brian?
I'd probably go Otani, Acuna, and then Betts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd probably be my top 3.
Fair.
Bergman?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's
a really good list. So when is the rest of the list coming out?
I think it's 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock?
I think so, yeah. 7 o'clock Eastern, so it should be today.
Excellent. Is that it?
I got another one if you want it.
Oh, yeah, do it.
What's
I got one for you guys. So, I don't know how to play pickleball.
By the way, you're listening to KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma brand station.
Thank you. So I don't know how to play pickleball, and I was like, how do I learn the rules and such like that?
Oh, rules.
So I went to YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Learned the game about 3 minutes, and I feel like I got everything I need to know so far.
It's an easy game.
It's a very easy game. But my question is, I don't know if this is a generational thing where if I don't know how to do something, fix anything, I'm going straight to YouTube.
Yeah, me too.
And usually I have in 10 minutes. Is that what you guys are doing, or are you looking for instructions, reading a book?
I used to be an instructions person, and then once I had kids, and I would be like, how do you take the stroller off how do you install this car seat? Everything's on YouTube. Once I realized that everything was on YouTube and they have an instructional video for every car seat and stroller and thing that's complicated, I just became one of those.
Well, we just put together a new studio at home, and everything came from YouTube instructional videos.
Yeah.
Do this, set this light up like this, set this mic here.
Yeah.
This is the mic you should use, all that stuff.
Yeah.
All came from YouTube.
Perfect.
And I will say, it didn't necessarily come from me. Somebody else may have looked at YouTube and figured it all out for me.
I believe that.
I have fixed my toilet multiple times from looking at YouTube.
Wow.
I took the tint off of my car once
Wow.
in Hawaii because of YouTube. I just watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, all you
Everything.
got to do is Google whatever you're
Who are
looking
these
for.
people that make these videos?
They do it for this situation.
But we don't cite them. I don't remember who it was.
We don't cite them, but I'll tell you,
What do they get out of it?
They get money.
Really?
YouTube monetizes this thing. It's the easiest place to monetize. It's not podcasts. It's YouTube is a great way to monetize.
So
things.
like that guy who makes the car seat installation video, he's making money.
Maybe not that guy.
Yeah.
Maybe not that.
If he gets enough views, yeah, he's getting.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, coming up next for you, Pepe Mantilla is here. Pepe's coming in. Plus, who were the highest paid athletes of 2023? We'll do that coming up next. Mason in Ireland. Momo's in for John. 710 ESPN.
It's Evan Cohen,
Black and
Unsportsmanlike
gold
with Evan
have been
Candy
to
and
the
Michelle.
MLS Cup final the last 2 years in a row. Can they make it a third? The road starts this Saturday.
BMO Stadium is rocking for the black and gold.
LAFC are reloaded and ready for season 7, led by former World Cup champion keeper Hugo Lloris and last year's Golden Boot winner Denis Bouanga.
Denny!
It's the season opener at BMO. LAFC versus Seattle. Pre-game starts Saturday at 1 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
once you put it together.
Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh?
What's going on? Pepe Mantilla is here. Pepe, how you doing?
Hey, what's happening? Nice seeing you again. Nice talking to you again.
You know what I look for? I look forward to your first tweet of the morning, which is always like, have a blessed day. Have a great day. It's a beautiful morning. I always like, that's the start of my day, is Pepe's opening tweet.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I like that. Start the day like that.
And Ramona acknowledges that too.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you. Thank
So
you very much.
we were talking about the Bob Marley One Love movie, and you had a reaction to it.
It was a stream, okay? It was a stream.
Your reaction was extreme?
Yeah, on my part, but I don't think it's a good movie.
You don't? And why?
Because, I mean, like, you know about casting.
Yes.
Right? Do you think the cast was correct?
Oh, God, yes.
It's like, okay, I'm going to give you an example, okay?
Okay.
Let's say that they're going to make Pepe Mantilla's biopic.
Okay, the Pepe Mantilla biopic.
And then,
Biopic, he said it.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So then they cast George Clooney as Pepe Mantilla.
Yeah, that would be awful. Yeah.
It's the same.
No, it'd be good for you, but it would be terrible.
It's the same with Bob Marley.
No, it's not.
It is the same.
That guy that played Bob Marley was unbelievable. He was uncanny.
He's very good-looking guy. Bob Marley wasn't.
Wait a minute. That guy was so good as Marley.
Yes, but
From now on, when I hear the name Marley, I'm going to think of that actor.
Yeah, but that's not Bob Marley. Bob Marley wasn't good-looking.
So you're critical of Kingsley Ben-Adir, the guy that played Bob Marley?
No, he just thinks he's too hot.
I think he's a very good actor. George Clooney is a very good actor, but he's not Pepe Mantilla, right?
Right. So you
I
just
don't know,
don't. You don't like.
do you understand?
Give him a mustache. It could be.
Wait a minute. What did you guys? Was the casting wrong? I thought the casting was great.
I like
thought
the
Bob
casting.
was good.
Yeah, I thought Bob was good.
He looked like a much
he's
cuter
a
version.
really good actor. Now, one thing that I didn't like is I wanted more music.
I did too.
I wanted
Yeah.
more
They
music.
the clips they did were very short too.
And it got really complicated on top that you probably understood more than I did, but
Right.
I agree with you, with Greg. I mean, I have to, pay attention like the horse, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like the horse.
The horse, there you go. See? It was very difficult.
Yeah.
Man.
No, for me, at the beginning, the Jamaican accent was difficult. But then once I got into a groove, I was okay with it.
You had like 10 gummies, right?
I had one gummy in honor of Bob. I had one gummy. I should have. By the way, I was talking to the guys that wrote it this morning, and they said that there were times when they were smoking like the legit stuff while they were making the movie.
Yeah.
Which went in Jamaica.
Yeah, of course.
Went in Jamaica. So Pepe, you were critical of you. You say I don't respond to your tweets or your texts.
Yeah.
I try to respond to your text messages.
Yeah, like
you
3
send
or
a lot.
4 or 5 days. Or a
Yeah,
month.
eventually I'll get around to it.
Because I sent you another text when I was in Vegas at the Sphere.
Oh, right, you went to the Sphere.
And I thought about you and
And you
everybody.
did write
that
back.
I
seen
did
it
respond to that.
3 days later.
No!
The next day.
The next day.
John Ireland responded right away.
Well,
I understand.
I don't understand. I mean, honestly,
What were you doing?
I don't text at night.
What were you doing that night? What was so much more important than responding to Pepe?
I was stoned and watching a game,
Really?
probably.
Really?
What was the text? Because that matters. If it was just like, "Hey, I'm at the Sphere,"
No,
you don't get
said,
any kind of
You guys
response.
were right. This is amazing, spectacular, fantastic.
Okay.
That's what I said. To
And
these
what did
two
John
guys.
Ireland
If,
write
it,
back
if
to
it's
you?
just a thumbs
and
up, would you
John-
be okay?
Yeah, that would
Acknowledge
me.
me.
But no, the thing
Pepe,
is,
are you insecure? Is that what's going on? You
no.
seem insecure to
That's
me.
not
Like,
being insecure. That's being very respectful to your opinion.
okay, tell me if this requires a response. This is the actual text.
Okay.
You were totally right. You two at Sphere, amazing and spectacular. Wow.
Okay.
All you have to do is
Thumbs
Thumbs
up.
up.
Or
That's
a love.
what-
That might be a love. Or an exclamation point.
yeah. See, John Ireland said, "Yeah, it's the best concert I've seen in my life."
Right, and then I texted, "Cool, you got to see it."
When
The
next day.
The next day, Pepe. Listen, these
because
guys.
I have a lot
Wait a
of
minute. These
respect.
guys know that after a certain time, I don't
That's
respond
true.
to text messages.
I have a lot of respect for you.
Thank you.
And when you said go and
See the
this,
Sphere, yeah.
I'm thinking about you and saying, man, he was right, you know. And let me tell you, now every time that I go out to a concert, I'm going to think about that because it's not going to be the same.
It's never going to be the same. Yeah, that is a really unique experience.
The sound is fantastic. Everything.
Momo, you've not seen it,
I have
right?
not seen it, but I want to.
So
How long are they
cool.
going to be there for?
It's almost.
I think they're
over.
almost done. Yeah. The next thing is 420. They're doing Fish.
Oh.
Fish,
Oh,
and
I hate
then
fish heads.
Who's after that?
Dead and Company, I think.
Dead
right?
and Company.
Dead and Company.
If you like Dead and Company, if you're a fan of Dead and Company, and probably Brian, you are.
I am. You're right.
You should go. You definitely should go.
Yeah, see, I'm not in on Dead and Company.
I like it.
I've heard
Dead
some
and-
of the other names that are out there, like Beyonce and Harry Styles and people like that. Now, those I'm in on.
Oh, Beyonce, for sure.
Oh, can you imagine Beyonce in that
Amazing.
situation?
Yeah.
Do you like Beyonce's new song?
Oh, I love it.
The country song?
I love
Oh,
it.
it's play. I don't know it.
Have you heard it? Brian, find that. I love her new song.
I love it too.
It's like, remember she wore a cowboy hat
Yeah.
at the Grammys?
Yeah.
It was all like a lead up to her releasing this song right after the Super Bowl.
I like that.
Uh,
Oh, I've heard this. I don't think I realized this was Beyonce.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like this.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, big fan. Big fan.
Okay, let's get back to the text message and response.
Oh, God.
We send messages to people, and I think there's an expectation that you write back right away.
Yeah.
I think everybody does have like an hour or two grace period because you could be taking a nap, you could be out, you could be watching a movie. You shouldn't,
Right,
things
right.
like that. But I think like when somebody sends an excited text and I'm in a place where I don't want to respond yet, I would just do the quick thumbs up emoji or a love or a whatever.
And that
Right.
will be good enough for me.
Okay, but Pepe, you sent this thing
What time?
at night after the concert.
Yes.
Okay, I am not on my phone after a certain. Greg, you know this.
Yeah, he's not.
We
Okay,
have group
okay.
chats.
There are group
Pepe,
chats,
Pepe.
and I never contribute after 8 o'clock.
It's okay.
5 o'clock. What are you talking about?
I'm learning that. Now.
Yeah, now you're learning that.
I think you should, Pepe, not be upset whenever somebody doesn't respond. It's,
No,
they will eventually just.
No,
I forget sometimes.
I know.
Yeah, I forget
you
too.
know,
I think if you don't respond right away, you're going to forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
That's why-
rarely, Gmail now
horse-
has a suggestive thing. Hey, this thing came up 3 days ago. Do you want to respond to them? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right.
Oh my God.
Yes.
You know why I do this? Because when somebody sends me a text,
Yep.
I respond right away. Number one. Number two, the way I am, when I send a text and you don't respond within reasonable time, even with a thumbs up, I start losing respect for the person.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
God.
gosh.
Pepe.
So you better be ready.
Pepe. Are you that badly in need of validation?
No, it's not need
Yes,
of
you
validation.
need validation,
no,
Pepe.
it's not need of validation. No.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like that, Maybe I'm old-fashioned, I am old-fashioned.
You are old fashioned, yeah.
Because none of these people, I don't know about you, Ramona, will know who Virna Lisi is.
Who?
Virna Lisi.
Nope.
You
Virna
know who
Lizzie?
Virna Lisi is.
Virna Lizzie?
Is an Italian actress.
I don't know her.
Oh, I'm sure you know.
You come in here, it's the obscure actress of the day. From now on, when Pepe comes in, it's the obscure actress of the day. What's her name again?
Virna.
Verna?
Virna.
Verna?
Lisi.
Lissy.
Check it out. Check it out.
Yeah. All right, everybody, Google Verna
Let's do it.
Lissy.
Okay.
She's our obscure actress of the day from Pepe Mantilla.
I'm sure you know who she is.
I don't.
Let's see.
I absolutely do not know who she is, Verna Lizzie.
Check the movie.
Oh, I will check the movie.
And
Verna
what-
Lizzie.
And then you're going to say, you're right, Pepe.
Okay. That's what you need to hear, right? Because you need validation.
No, I don't need
You
validation.
need constant
I have
validation.
respect for you because I know that you know a lot about movies.
Yes.
Okay.
Verna Lizzie. Everybody.
Is this her?
Did you have?
Is that her?
Yeah.
Oh, that's her. Yep. No, never seen her before.
Okay.
Couldn't pick her out of a lineup. Yeah. All right. Coming up next for highest paid athletes of 2023. I've got the list. We'll do it coming up next. Mason in Ireland. Momo's here. Pepe's here. 710 ESPN.
The black and gold have been to the MLS Cup final the last 2 years in a row. Can they make it a third? The road starts this Saturday.
BMO Stadium is rocking for the black and gold.
LAFC are reloaded and ready for season 7, led by former World Cup champion keeper Hugo Lloris and last year's Golden Boot winner Denis Bouanga.
Denny!
It's the season opener at BMO. LAFC versus Seattle. Pre-game starts Saturday at 1 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Por la cultura.
Don't forget, it's BB Go Fifth Row Fridays. That means something we say today, and we've said a lot of stuff, is going to be in the quiz on Friday. And you can win tickets in the fifth row to Lakers OKC, which is coming up next month. So keep on listening to everything we say. We had a question from yesterday, right?
Yep.
Do you think we've had a question yet from today? Have you had any Ideas?
I had some ideas, but I don't know what we want to go with yet.
All right. Would the answer be Vernal Lizzie?
Well, not anymore. That was one of them.
By
though.
the way, we could say
it away.
We could say it 100 times, and still nobody's going to get it on Friday.
You want to just do it?
They're writing it down right now. So
yeah,
She looks like Marilyn
Write
Monroe.
down Vernal Lizzie if you're keeping notes.
Should we just give away today's answer and just do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's make today a freebie. Free square. Playing bingo, you get a free square. Vernal Lizzie.
You have to be able to name one movie she was in.
No, that's too hard.
Yeah.
Just Vernal Lizzie is hard. All right, so
Pepe, what are you drinking over there?
milkshake.
No. It's espresso frap.
Right, it's a milkshake.
So do you order on the app or do you go in there and?
No, I order in person.
The app is so good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But I want to hear you when you order. Like you go up to the front and you place your order and then you say what?
I just need an espresso frappuccino. That's it.
That's it.
And they say, who's
simple.
it for?
I'm sorry?
And do you give your name? It's for Pepe. It's not
No,
exciting.
because and they know right away.
No modifiers or anything?
No.
No special.
Oh, I thought for
it's
sure.
not
he
a
was
tricked
gonna-
up frappuccino.
I thought for sure he was going to have some like cocoa puffs in it or
No,
caramel
Pepe's
drizzle.
Pepe's a simple guy.
Yeah. Straight up
for
espresso
movies.
frap.
Except for his taste in movies. All right. So I got a list of the highest paid athletes of 2023. They went through, and I'm trying to see who did this. Somebody went through, and they figured out calculated salaries and endorsements and everything for this last year. So I'm going to give you a shot at the top 10. I don't believe you'll get all 10.
Okay.
Let's do it together.
All right.
Take it away.
LeBron.
So I would agree. He's
Yeah.
worth $1 billion.
LeBron is number 4.
Okay. Messi.
Made, by the
Messi.
way, $125 million.
Messi's going to be on the board.
Yep.
Number 3.
So
Ronaldo.
He made
Cristiano.
$130 million. Ronaldo is number 1, $275 million.
So we need number 2.
Max Verstappen.
Oh, that's
Gotta
a
be
good
on the
one.
list.
I
Oh.
agree. Totally agree.
Totally agree.
Top 10.
Yeah.
Come on.
Number 15.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess so. Made $75 million last year.
Okay.
Are there any race car drivers in there?
No.
Okay.
There
How
is,
about Shohei? How about Shohei?
He does have a lot of endorsements, but
You going Shohei or no?
Well, I don't know. You guys-
I would go somewhere else.
Okay.
I'll just tell you, Shohei is number. He's on here for sure.
So
number 16, $70 million.
is he out? Or is the rest of the people? Are they out of? Is there any more people that are not of the 3 main: baseball, basketball, football?
There are 2.
It's got to be tennis.
Okay,
It's
there
gonna
are
be some tennis.
there are 3 basketball.
Okay, Steph Curry.
Steph Curry's number 7, correct. 98.9 million.
Giannis. Yeah.
It's either Giannis or Durant.
Ooh. You can just say it, Pepe, instead
Go ahead.
of waving.
Yeah, don't.
I'm thinking.
You're
that's
your
what it
hand. Do you think by waving your fingers?
By going like this. See? I clear my mind like
Yeah,
this.
clear.
Like this.
Clearing
See?
his mind.
I clear my mind.
I would go either Giannis or Durant, but I would probably Durant with the boardroom.
Number
Yeah.
9,
Yeah.
86.9. And by the way, Giannis is number 8,
There you go.
okay.
88.4.
Okay.
There are 2 soccer players
Do we
and
got
a
them
football player. 2 more soccer
Mbappe.
players.
more.
Yeah,
Mbappe.
Mbappe.
Mbappe's number 5,
All right.
125 million.
I'm from Brazil.
Yeah.
You know his name.
I do. Neymar.
Neymar is
Neymar.
number 6, 121 million.
So we're still missing
And now
number
we need
2.
tennis. That's got to be tennis or
You're missing a
football.
football player and a golfer.
Mahomes?
Oh.
He has a ton of endorsements.
Mahomes.
Mahomes is number 10, yes. So you're down to just the golfer, and he was number 2 on the list.
Number 2 on the list.
So obviously a live guy.
Yeah.
Live guy.
I
I don't know live guys.
Yeah.
Spieth?
Is Spieth? Yeah. That's my guess.
No, you won't get it. It's John Rahm. Made
Never would've gotten that.
203
Rahm?
million.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
203 million. I'm sure it's for the live tour.
It has to be.
But yeah, he's not, so it goes Ronaldo, Rahm, Messi, LeBron, Mbappe, Neymar, Steph, Giannis, KD, and Patrick Mahomes.
That's an interesting list. Like
It
no
is.
baseball guys.
No baseball guys. I'm trying to see who's the highest rated.
No tennis. Usually there's tennis on there.
Yeah, no tennis.
Used to be a Serena was always on there, or Osaka was on there.
Nadal
or Djokovic. Nothing there.
Nothing down there.
4 soccer players or 3?
Let's see.
4.
Yeah, Mbappe, Neymar, Ronaldo, and Messi.
Wow.
4 soccer players.
4 soccer players, 5 basketball players, or 4?
Yeah.
Wow. 4 and 4. Soccer and basketball.
Soccer and basketball, yeah. Yeah, soccer and basketball, 1 quarterback.
Football
Interesting,
and golf.
only 1 football player, yeah.
Yeah, $84.3 million for Patrick Mahomes.
It's the most popular sport in the United States, and only 1.
It just means their agents.
It just means it's a capped league.
It's a capped league.
That's the problem. It's a capped league.
But there'll be more. Then there'll be baseball players.
You would think, and maybe Shohei will be in the top 10
I
next
thought
year.
Shohei's endorsements in Japan were higher than that.
They've added the endorsements. It says, and he's only number 16.
For years there was always an F1 driver on, like Schumacher was always on.
But even with the cap, you know, the endorsements have to count for a lot.
Oh, sure.
And the soccer players get a lot of endorsement all over the world.
Right. You know, it's funny. We had a story that came out last week about Tiger Woods starting a new brand. Sunday, right? Which I don't like.
Sunday Red.
But I'm sure it's going to be great. I'm sure people will wear it. It's Tiger Woods. But I was thinking, what if we were to have a product or a line of stuff?
Like the Mason and Ireland line?
Or the Momo line,
Okay.
or the Pepe line. If you were to start, you know, a line of something, what would it be, Pepe, for you?
Oh.
A product that would be like Tiger Woods Sunday Red. Pepe's.
Like the name?
Yeah. What about the Wave to Pepe brand?
That would be something.
Wave to Pepe.
Wave to
But what's
the
he going to
horse.
sell?
Yeah, or the horse.
I don't think you want to do that one, Pepe.
Momo,
I'm just being funny.
What about your own brand of nut milk, Momo?
You know, I don't know how much I can
Momo's milk. Yeah, probably not
That's a little like breastfeeding.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not. Don't go with that one. Don't go with that one. Yeah. I've always wondered why there's not a Venice Mace strain.
Yeah.
Like there should be. I should have my own strain at this point. Nice hybrid.
Somebody should do that.
Yeah, somebody should. Where's Chris from the Green Cross and Torrance?
Yeah, man.
That's the guy.
He's at every remote, so he'll be there next time.
He will be there.
Should totally monetize that.
Yeah, the Venice Mace strain. I'm all for it.
I think I would do more like what Cappy does. I'd sell T-shirts with like little things we say on the air.
The Momo cast?
Yeah.
Would you start a little show in San Diego?
No. How he sells T-shirts.
Right. Yeah.
On his, you know, but like, what is it? What's his
A little
shirt?
Cappy store.
Yeah, a little Cappy store.
Yeah.
I could do like a little Etsy
Sure.
store.
Why not?
Little Momo store.
Why not?
I could sell. What could I sell? What are my slogans that you play? What if I told you?
Oh, what if I told you? Let's see. Let's go through the
Momo drops.
What if I told you?
Great shirt right there. I went to Cal.
I went to Cal.
Yep.
I got a bunch.
What else?
What about this one?
I honestly don't think I farted in 2 months.
That would be a bestseller.
That's the best one.
This is one I like.
I'm really impressive.
Absolutely. See, people would buy that.
Hold on.
All right,
I dropped a deuce. Yeah.
No, we're not doing that one. So bad.
One more.
Keep going, kid.
I just will try to make them not suck next time.
Yeah, see?
All
those
these are great.
Yeah, that would sell.
Yeah. I mean, you
Who
literally.
wants that shirt?
You literally did sell one.
What if I told you?
And it's
Yeah.
coming out in June, right?
It's coming out in June.
Yeah. So you actually do have a product.
yeah.
Are you going to go like on a press tour? Like are you going to go
Probably,
on like Seth
I
Meyers
did
and
one. I did
Jimmy
the-
Fallon
I
and
did the
Watch
television-
What Happens Live? Are you going to go on all
that
those
would be a
shows to
dream.
promote?
I don't know. I don't think I'm important enough. They'll probably have the actors.
You could be the bartender they have over there. Momo is a bartender on Watch What Happens Live.
Let's work on that.
I've tried to get Ireland into that bartender role. Everybody assumes I know Andy Cohen because he's gay, but we do not all keep in touch.
I ran into Andy Cohen in a coffee shop in the West Village once when on my trip to New York.
Yeah.
And I was actually pitching this show
To Andy Cohen?
to a producer at the table next to him. I was me and Adam Newhouse, who was the director of development. We went out to some place and we met with a producer who really liked our idea. We hadn't done the podcast yet.
Yep.
And the idea was we were pitching the show to this producer who liked it, but nothing ever happened.
Right.
And then Andy Cohen was just sitting right next to us. And I just said, I am not going to turtle. I'm going to go introduce myself.
Nice.
And we had a connection, and I think he may have tweeted at me once.
No.
Yes.
No.
Did you
Yes.
answer?
I don't think we follow each other, but I think he tweeted at me once. He's a Cardinals fan.
Oh, right. He is a Cardinals fan.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Coming up next, Shohei Ohtani is fitting right in. I've got a little sound to play for you coming up next. In the meantime, Saturday I'm playing in the LA Poker Classic. I'm so excited about this. I was just texting with the people at Commerce. I have a partnership with Commerce Casino and Hotel. It is where I play my poker. And again, Saturday, I'm in the big tournament, the LA Poker Classic. Excited about that. You can, by the way, be part of it. You can be part of the LA Poker Classic. Go to Commerce Casino, and they've got all the details at their website. And on top of that, they've given away $1 million in promotions so far in the month of January, and they're giving away $20 million in promotions this year. No matter what your game, they've got it. Biggest, best poker room in SoCal, and the biggest legit poker room in the world. Commerce Casino and Hotel. Maybe I will see you at the table Saturday at the LA Poker Classic. Commerce Casino and Hotel, also the home of Mandy's 3. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Use now.
Pepe, you made it to TikTok. I'm on the TikTok now.
I hear it.
Yeah. You can follow me at Venice Mace. Pepe, are you on TikTok?
No, not really.
I gave up the whole idea that they're stealing my information because Bergman says they already have all my information.
Yeah, they do. They have it, all of it.
So it didn't
Everywhere.
matter that I joined TikTok.
No, it does not matter.
They do have your information and mine and everybody.
They have everybody. So why not join TikTok?
You can type in your name in Google right now and we'll give you
That's
everything.
not All right, so
hey, you didn't put the TikTok of me and Momo doing the planks
I know.
yesterday.
I sure did.
It wasn't there. I looked
Oh,
at it
maybe
today.
it was on Instagram stories. Maybe it was my story on Instagram.
See, that happens
we
when
did
you
a
have so
2-minute
many
plank.
social media things.
It is. I'm trying to.
get confused.
That's what I'm saying. I get confused. I can only handle Facebook, Twitter,
Facebook?
and
How old
Instagram.
are you?
Me too.
That's all I got.
Facebook is for old people
there.
who share recipes.
Yeah, I like
Oh, and
Facebook.
angry people who write about politics.
I don't do any of that. I just keep up with my high school friends and stalk people. there
Yeah, I mean
like
that's
that,
good.
yeah.
But Instagram, you
See
do,
everybody's
right?
kids and stuff.
I see the kids on Instagram
do
all the time.
Instagram, yeah.
Instagram is good.
Yeah.
Pepe, you're on Instagram, right?
And Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And Twitter is the one that I use the most.
And what about TikTok? Are you going to go on TikTok?
No.
You look like a guy who could do a funny dance.
No. Yeah, I can do a funny dance, but I'm not going to go on TikTok.
Can we find a TikTok dance for you to do, Pepe?
Yeah, would you do a TikTok dance?
No.
Oh.
Oh,
I'll do it.
that's
I'll
no
do
fun.
it for you. I'll do it for you.
Okay, good.
How long do you think you can plank?
0.
You could not plank?
No.
I did it last night. I planked 2 minutes, no problem.
No
can't.
problem. You didn't start to feel that last 30 seconds.
I'm still recuperating from my knee surgery.
Oh, that's right. You got to be careful.
Are you going to do it, Mace? Are you going to do the 5-minute plank challenge?
Yeah, I don't think I'm that far off.
Okay.
Well,
I did
was
2 minutes already.
That at 1:30, we were both feeling it. We were both like, "Oh, there."
2 minutes. I would have made it to 3, no problem.
See,
but
now
I think
I
it was
like-
starting to get shaky.
Can we make it forearm plank?
Yes, I'm fine with that.
I totally prefer forearm plank.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
more-
do the ones with on
More stable.
Yeah.
More stable.
I don't like it.
So did you hear Shohei Ohtani's learning Spanish?
Good.
Yeah. He was learning Spanish from new left fielder Teoscar Hernandez. Listen to this.
Dile, buenos días.
Buenos días.
Dodgers. Sí, buenos días, fanáticos.
¿Fanático?
Sí, fanáticos. Fans.
¿Fanático?
Fanáticos.
Buenos días, fanático.
Sí. Llama.
Hey.
Buenos días. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
There you go. Buenos días, people.
So there you go. He's learning Spanish. He's fitting right in.
Yeah.
Very good. And his accent is not bad.
No. And the one thing.
Buenos días.
The one thing I'll say is he seems like he is, for the first time, embracing his superstardom.
Yeah.
Like what are you laughing at?
I like the way embracing it.
Super. I am
he
literally
made a
embrace.
hug.
Yeah.
Like we cannot hear. Okay.
Okay.
But there is the YouTube.
There are the
stream.
YouTube cameras.
I know,
right.
but people.
It's also for us in the room.
Yeah. Now, don't you think
That he can embrace.
he's embracing his superstardom? Like in Anaheim, you didn't know anything about Shohei Ohtani except he was fun to watch and exciting when he pitched.
Mace,
and
I think this
hit
is
a lot of home
referred
runs.
to as playing on the big stage.
Absolutely.
It's a big
But not
difference.
everybody plays well on the big
Right.
stage.
But it's in Anaheim. I'm sure that they had teammates making videos with him as well, or a team Instagram account following him around a little and doing some behind the scenes stuff. I don't know if they kept those people, and they didn't even travel with the team on their radio broadcast.
Right.
That
They
was
didn't.
Ridiculous. But I think he probably did some of that stuff in Anaheim, but nobody was watching.
Yeah, but
Nobody
now
was paying attention.
Now
They-
we're going to see it.
Yeah.
And now, as I said, he's embracing his superstar. You know what I'm saying?
How tight is that embrace?
He's
is wrapping his arms around.
He's
it.
wrapping his arms around it. He's a Dodger. He's on the biggest
Yeah.
stage.
It seems like he's having fun.
It does. It seems like he's having fun. And that's not something, I mean, it's almost like you're banished to Anaheim. I don't know. The only reason he chose Anaheim over the Dodgers was because there was no DH in the
Correct.
National League. Otherwise, he'd have been a Dodger from the jump.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was Dodger ADJ for a few years until the National League added the DH. Now he can cross over to the Dodgers. I think it's going to be so much fun to watch him
I do
this year.
too.
I mean, that 1, 2, 3 on that lineup is just ridiculous.
What does it go? Mookie, Freddie,
Mookie, Freddie, Shohei.
we going to stick with that one caller, that Shohei Mahome guy?
No.
I like that.
You like that?
I
don't think.
Remember he did a little poem or something?
Shohei My Home?
Yeah, it was good. No? He did a whole song?
Yeah.
No? Okay. We need some anthems.
By the way, I'm so nervous
About?
for your game.
I'm a little nervous too.
We're going to do Game of Games. Now, Momo, has Momo ever done a really good game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has.
I do a lot of good games.
Yeah, it's just hit and miss. It's like some are really good and some are really bad.
I think early on I didn't quite understand what makes a good game.
You're gonna regret this.
All I ask is there only 3 options and not 4?
I made that
Okay.
adjustment.
Thank you.
See, I've cut down to just 2 options.
I kind of like the 2 options.
Just A or B.
I've been doing 2 options.
I was listening yesterday. I don't like the 2 options.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, you also lie in all of yours.
You know what?
What?
I think that you're doing the AI thing on your. On
In
your
what
thing.
way? That was,
I don't know. I have a feeling.
That was homemade.
Okay, well, I believe you.
Don't accuse me of using ChatGPT.
You did. You did.
19,000 $1 bills. Like, where'd you
Yeah,
get that from?
Yeah.
I Googled it. You can Google height of.
Height of, okay.
So how long
$100 bills.
how long does it take you to?
Honestly, I put an hour into that game yesterday.
It seemed like you did
You
some
put
work.
an hour?
An hour.
How much time do I put in my games?
Well, they're not. They're all lies. So you
They're
can
not
do it in no
lies.
time
They're
at all.
very,
Next
very
game,
good games. I
remember.
check every question 3 times because you guys are non-believers.
Well, when you go on Google and look up things from the 20s, that's what's going to happen.
Right.
Oh, yeah, but I go back.
You do go back. You do go back. All right, so Momo, give us a little preview of the game Pepe's going to play.
Give me a little Curb Your Enthusiasm trivia.
Nice. Do you watch Curb?
Yes.
All right, good. We'll get to that coming up next. Game of Games, Mason and Ireland. Momo's here. Pepe's here. 710 ESPN.
Contact. The black and gold have been to the MLS Cup final the last 2 years in a row. Can they make it a third? The road starts this Saturday.
BMO Stadium is rocking for the black and gold.
LAFC are reloaded and ready for season 7, led by former World Cup champion keeper Hugo Lloris and last year's Golden Boot winner Denis Bouanga.
Denny!
It's the season opener at BMO. LAFC versus Seattle. Pre-game starts Saturday at 1 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Por la cultura.
doing? Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. It is me, Pepe, Bergman, and Brian playing, and it is Momo's game.
You're gonna regret this.
Momo, describe the game.
Well, you guys got me into Curb Your Enthusiasm, so I decided to do a Curb Your Enthusiasm trivia.
Cool.
We have 9 questions, 3 choices each. Whoever gets the most wins. I do have a tiebreaker.
Okay.
Ready?
Bergman, we'll both kinda
multiple
keep score on
choice.
this, yeah.
Who's
Okay.
keeping score?
Me and Bergman.
Mason, but I got to find it.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
All right. What is the name of Jeff and Susie's daughter? Is it Susanna, Sammy, or Sarah? Mason.
I believe it is Sammy.
All right.
Pepe?
I think it's Sammy.
Bergman?
I think it's Sammy. I'm still looking for a pen. Sammy.
And Brian?
Let's go, Sammy.
It is Sammy. Okay, we're starting.
Yeah,
on
we
an
got
easy
that one. That was
They're
a
gonna
good
get
one.
harder.
Okay, everybody got that on the board.
Who does Larry have an ongoing arriving at the restaurant early feud with? Is it Marty, Jeff, or Richard? And that's Pepe.
Jeff or Richard?
Richard.
All right. Bergman?
Bergman?
Richard.
Brian?
Let's go, Richard.
I'm
And
also going to Richard.
You guys are all right. Oh, this might be too easy. I
No,
don't
that's
know.
okay.
Okay.
That's
All
okay.
right, let's see.
No, we're good.
What is the name of the doll that Larry and Jeff steal? Is it Judy, Rudy, or Rosie? And that goes around to Bergman.
The doll that they steal.
Is this the one they cut the hair off the doll? Remember?
I don't even
they
remember
give
that one.
Larry and Jeff cut
Judy,
the
Rudy, or
doll's
Rosie?
hair?
I'll say Judy.
Okay. Brian?
I'm going to go Rosie.
Yep. Mason?
I am going to go Judy. And Pepe?
I will say Judy.
It is Judy.
Yeah, I thought that was right. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
only one
Sure.
miss. Brian missed that one.
Okay.
ashamed.
What is the title of the first episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm? Is it Pilot, The Pants, or Porno Gill?
This one is to Brian.
Let's go Pilot.
Pilot. Mason says pants.
Pepe?
Pepe.
I'm going to say pants.
And Greg?
I know it's the one with the pants where he was talking about it was like lifting up a lot, but Pilot.
The correct answer is The Pants.
The pants.
Dang. There you go.
All right, so
okay.
Pepe and I have taken a lead. Yep.
Who jumps off a ski lift to get away from Larry? Is it Wanda, Susie, or Rachel? This one is around to Brian.
Wanda, Susie, or Rachel?
I think it's Susie. We'll go Susie.
Okay, Mace?
I am going to go Wanda.
Pepe?
I'm going to say Rachel.
And Bergman.
You know what, Pepe, I think got it.
I think it's Rachel.
I think it is
It
Rachel.
is Rachel.
Yeah, it came to me after too late.
Yeah, Wanda. Susie would be the other one.
Yeah, Susie would be the other one. Okay, so it's Mason 4, Pepe 5,
Oh,
Bergman
Pepe's in the lead.
4, Brian 2.
Oh, that
so
could
Pepe,
be
you've got a
important.
lead.
These next ones are harder.
Okay.
What is Shaq's favorite episode of Seinfeld? Is it The Contest, The Opposite, or The Jimmy? What is Shaq's favorite episode of Seinfeld? This one comes back around to Mace.
I'll say contest.
Pepe?
Contest.
And
Contest.
Greg? Brian?
Contest.
You guys are all right. You guys really know you're curbed.
Well, that was a Seinfeld, but
yeah,
the contest was great. Actually written by
Yeah.
the great Peter Melman.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Which of these birds does Larry accidentally kill? Is it a parrot, an eagle, or a swan? That is to Pepe.
Say it again.
Which of these birds does Larry accidentally kill? A parrot, an eagle, or a swan?
A swan.
Bergman?
Swan.
I
Brian?
think it is Swan.
It is
And
Swan.
You guys all know these way too easy.
Well, no, I mean they're good.
You're just
They're good
really
questions.
good.
We know more about it than I thought I did.
Wow. Okay.
Pepe is undefeated, is he not?
Yeah,
That's pretty
he's
good.
7, you have
I
6,
only have
have
2
6.
more. Okay, ready?
Yep.
When Leon is pretending to be Danny
yet.
Duberstein, what does he claim everything tastes like? Apples, raspberries, or peaches? And this one
So
goes
Pepe
around
has to go
to,
To the leader,
to
Pepe.
Pepe.
Peaches.
Bergman?
Peaches.
Is this your spot?
No, not my spot. Peaches.
Brian?
I'm going to go apples.
And Mace.
I'm going to go peaches.
It is peaches.
Yeah, I thought so.
Now Brian is out.
Okay.
Brian, you're out.
for missing like 2.
Yeah, you've only missed 2, but you're out.
You guys really know your curve. All
so
right.
it's Pepe has a 1-point lead over me and Bergman. We've got to go the other way.
Yeah.
What is notable about the chef hired to work at Bobo's restaurant in grand opening? He has Tourette's syndrome, he is Cheryl's new boyfriend, or he's blind. This goes to Pepe.
He's blind.
Greg?
Tourette's.
And Mace.
Tourette's.
It's Tourette's. Oh, we got a tie.
A tie all the way
through. Very exciting. Okay.
By the way, I'm going to say, pretty good game.
It was okay, right?
Yeah, pretty good game.
If we didn't watch this much,
I know. I was like, you guys really know this stuff.
Tiebreaker now?
Tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker. Okay. In 2007, Larry David estimated that he lost about half of his fortune in his divorce. What is his net worth in 2024? Let's just say the closest net worth of Larry David, based in 2024.
Okay, write down a number,
Okay,
Pepe.
I wrote down a number.
All right.
Closest.
We're not going to say without going over. Just
You got
closest.
it, Pepe? Okay.
All right.
Pepe, what do you got?
You can say it.
60 million.
Okay. Bergman?
I went low and said 16.
And I said 250 million.
Mason, you are the winner.
Yeah.
It's $450 million.
A lot of Seinfeld money. A lot of Seinfeld money.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Mace, you won the curve game.
Mace is now tied for the lead with Pepe, Laura, and Ireland.
Excellent.
There's a 4-way tie with. Oh,
wow.
Is someone messing with this? Who's messing with this?
Me.
Why?
I was fixing the score.
I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it.
If I text you, you better text me back almost right away, or I'm going to be upset.
Never.
So, Pepe, I said earlier I'm incredibly optimistic about this final third of the Lakers season. I think they're going to go 16-10 down the stretch for 55 wins. And
45.
45 wins. And that they're going to be the 6th seed or better. What do you think?
I totally agree with you, but I think they're going to go 18 and not 16.
Have you seen the
18
schedule?
wins.
Have you seen their remaining schedule?
Yes.
Okay.
So the Lakers play good against good teams.
That's true. I agree with that.
They always play up to the competition.
Yeah, that's called the mirror thing.
What is that?
The mirror. You know what a mirror is?
I'm familiar.
Okay. Very familiar or barely?
No, I look in it sometimes.
All right, I'm going to read you some games.
Wait, I want to figure out the mirror
The
thing.
mirror is you play to the...
Oh, whatever. Yeah, okay, got it.
Reflects
the mirror
back at
thing.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
The Lakers play the Warriors tomorrow.
Okay.
Spurs on Friday. Could be a win.
That's a win.
Then they play in Phoenix.
Tough.
Against the Clippers at home.
Tough.
Wizards should win that one.
Should win.
Home against the Nuggets, Thunder, Kings, Bucks, Timberwolves, Kings again, then the Warriors. All of those are top teams.
That's a long home. Is that a homestand? Mm-hmm. That is a long homestand.
Okay, there's the game in Sacramento on the 13th is in Sacramento.
But yeah,
there's
just
one game up
there and back. Yeah.
Yeah. Then they're home also against. They're still home. This is a really long homestand. Hawks, Sixers, Pacers, Bucks again. Then finally they get the Grizzlies, Pacers, Nets. There's some wins in there at the end.
I agree with Pepe. It's the mirror thing.
Okay.
The
mirror thing,
Remember
yeah.
when they went and they were supposed to beat Atlanta?
Yeah.
and the
Yes,
other
those
team?
bad two
they
games.
lost.
Houston and Atlanta.
And then they had to play Boston and New York
And they
beat
won
them
both.
both.
without LeBron,
That's a good point.
and they won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 games.
They rise to the level of their competition.
That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
And the player, people forget that these players that are in the NBA, they're in the NBA for a reason. They're good.
Right.
There's some that are superstars, but the guys that play, they're all good.
So we had
because
a
they're
conversation earlier, Pepe, about when LeBron goes and when Steph goes, who's the next face of the NBA?
there. That's a very good question. I think it's going to be, I will say Luka can be the face.
Do you think he
Or-
has enough charisma?
Does he have enough Riz?
Careful.
You know, another player that I really like is Shea.
Shea. Now, does he have? Because you need a big person. You need a lot of Riz to be the face of the NBA.
Embiid definitely has. I think he definitely has a lot
Riz?
of charisma.
You
I'm not
will
saying
not
the
say
word.
Riz?
No, it feels too
Charisma.
close to something I shouldn't say.
Charisma. I like charisma.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that they have to embrace You know,
Embrace. See, I think it is going to be. We talked about it. I think it's going to be Wembanyama.
Yeah,
He's fascinating to watch.
Yeah.
He's very, very smart.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just never been a player anything like. I mean, I watched highlights from that game where he had 10 blocks, a triple-double with 10 blocks. I mean, just amazing.
He's fun to watch. Like
he's a great passer too.
Yeah, I'm watching the Rising Stars game.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah,
he's just fun to watch everything he does in the court because it's so different than anything you've ever seen.
Yep.
And you can't even believe he's able to do it.
Yeah.
You know, guys, you've been watching basketball for a long time.
Yes.
You know what people forget? People forget that basketball is a global thing now.
Yeah, right.
So you're saying Embiid, Wembanyama, Luka,
Giannis.
Jokic, Giannis, they're not American players.
Right.
See?
Foreign-born players.
I think that is actually one of the issues with the NBA right now is that Giannis is very popular.
Tell you what, let's hold this conversation.
Okay.
Pepe, stay here. Let's hit the super stager.
Whoa.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
La 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 la.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey, you stored up for that
That is one of the longest love boats ever.
Because he's in a plane.
Yes. Scott Kaplan's going to join us. Is Sedano on the? Is he on the horn?
Not yet. He'll
Not
be
yet.
here in a second.
Okay. Is he
Cappy
in
does
studio
quit.
or is he?
He's gone. He actually just put in his 2 weeks with Cappy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's over?
Yeah.
Huh. So he's leaving. You're staying.
He's done. He says he's done.
Cappy's done or Sedano's done?
Sedano's done.
Oh,
According to Cappy,
that's a shame.
From Cappy.
He will be missed. Thoughts and prayers.
Dang.
Wow, Mace.
He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. So what do they call you sometimes at the Starbucks when they see your...
I told you already. I'm not going to repeat it. You can say it.
I can say it? Sometimes.
It's so funny.
Sometimes they call you Pee-Pee.
The horse... Can you believe that?
No, that's just...
And when they
where
call
is
me-
the respect,
Seriously.
Pepe? Where is the
You
respect?
go to Starbucks and they go, I have an espresso frappuccino for pee-pee.
And you know the funny thing is I go and say, really?
Yeah.
Really? Did you read that? Did you hear yourself what you're saying?
And then what do they say?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry,
I'm
sir.
sorry. Exactly.
Do they belt it out?
Because they don't know better.
Yeah.
I mean, they
don't know
do.
any
They're
better.
just not thinking.
They're not
So-
thinking.
Not thinking it
So,
through.
Cappy,
a lot
what
of
happened?
people don't think.
What happened to
I'm not going to
Sedano?
say anybody here in the room, but
How did the
some
whole
of these people
Cappy and
don't.
Sedano show unravel the way you described it?
I don't know. I was listening to Pee-Pee. What were you saying? What were you saying? What are these people doing to you? Tell me. If I have to go start kicking ass, I will.
I have a story about you, but it's too long, and I
The
don't
horse.
have the time.
What do you mean you don't have the time? You got 20
It's
minutes.
super crosstalk.
Hear me out.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Let's
no,
go.
I will absolutely hear you out.
Who says hear me out all the time? Hear me out.
I'm hearing.
Okay, so I was coming from Santa Barbara,
Mhm.
you know, and you know they told me that I have to be careful because there is a long way where you don't find any bathrooms or anything.
Yeah. Right.
So before that, I took 2 Imodiums.
Yeah,
you know,
2 Imodiums.
and then I
Thus
got
pee-pee.
and then I
Yeah.
got a new Depends, you know, just in case.
You got Depends.
I'm talking about another person. Okay, I got.
Oh,
I
this is
put-
a friend of yours.
Yeah. With
Depends and Imodium.
I put a Depends and I said, well, I'm sure. So when I was driving through Calabasas, I remember that Beto Duran told me that, you know, in the exit in Calabasas, I was hungry, but I was safe because I took the 2 Imodium.
And
right?
you had the Depends.
And I had the Depends. So they said, there is a very good taco stand right there, and the food is really good and it's not that expensive.
Right.
So I went over there. You know, I was safe, so I was there. And hear me out. Hear me out.
No,
okay?
I'm hearing you. I'm
Hear me
hearing you.
out,
Yeah,
know,
I'm hearing you.
I'm telling you.
I'm hearing.
telling you.
I'm listening.
And then I was there, and oibe, there is this car, beautiful car.
Yeah.
Bentley.
A Bentley, nice.
A Bentley.
Yeah,
Black
nice car in
Bentley.
Calabasas, yeah.
And it stops right there in front of me.
All right.
And then they roll down the window, and there's this beautiful, beautiful girl. You're not gonna believe me, huh? You're
No,
not gonna
I
believe me.
totally,
Kardashian, right?
I totally
Hear
believe
me-
you.
Hear me out. Hear
Emodian,
me out, okay? Hear me out.
depends,
Hear
and a
me out.
beautiful girl.
And then the lady said, "I'm sorry. I saw the girl, and I said, I seen this woman before.
Mm-hmm.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay? So she said, hey, I was home, and I wanted to eat something. Are these tacos any good? Oh, they're really good.
Mhm.
They're really good.
Got
I
it.
said, and
I'm hearing you out.
I hear me out. Okay. And I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know,
telling you, okay?
I'm
telling
hearing,
you.
I'm hearing.
hearing all of it, yeah.
So I said the carnitas one is the best because Beto Duran told me that.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
So she said okay, and she went like that to say, she got out of the car and
Right.
said, I'm Kim Kardashian. Nice to meet you.
No.
And then I said,
I
oh
believe
no,
that.
no,
That's where
I
they
know
live.
you. I know you. And then I said, Kaplan. It's called Kaplan.
Yeah.
And then she said, oh, I know who you are because I listen to you every afternoon when
No.
I'm driving.
No.
See, I tell you,
No.
everybody's listening. Everybody's
No.
listening all the damn
Kim
time.
Kardashian?
That's right.
That's
You
what,
spoke with Kim Kardashian,
No,
and she
me.
said,
it's him.
As me.
"Oh,
It's
He
him.
said, Pepe said, hi, Kim Kardashian. I'm Scott
Scott
No,
Kaplan.
Kaplan.
I said Kaplan. It's called Kaplan.
right."
Right,
And
like
she,
Bond, James Bond.
And she said,
I know who you are.
"I know who you
I
are."
know who
Yeah,
you are,
see?
mother effer. Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
So what was the Imodium and the Depends about? Do you always have the Imodium and the Depends?
I don't know.
It's part of my deal. You know what I mean?
It's-
Like, I don't use Imodium, but I have extra pairs of underpants in the back of my car.
Underpants. I forgot about
And
that. The
I know,
underpants.
I know all the
Underpants.
places that you can stop.
Yeah, that's key.
And then, because the celery juice, right, could kill
Did you start it?
I
Right.
haven't
There-
yet.
there you go.
I haven't
See?
yet.
I'm telling you.
But you have to know where all the good hotels are
Yep.
to stop and make a duty.
Yeah.
If you are out and about
You do.
somewhere, right?
That or you put an extra one.
You should do like an app.
Absolutely.
App's a good idea, but I also think you know what else is like
Yes.
people who
A
do, like-
bathroom app.
But how about like people who
Totally.
do like
People have gas
travel
station
on-
apps.
Yes, people who do like travel on Instagram or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Like, what if I along the way I'm like, hey everybody, today I happen to be in wherever I'm at, and this particular hotel right here behind me has got the best bathrooms because you can park right up front, sneak right past the front
Yeah.
desk,
Yeah.
and get right to the bathroom
I know
in the
exactly
lobby.
what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever do the thing where you go into I'll do this. Go to a fast food restaurant. I'll buy a soda so I don't feel bad about using the can.
Of course, yeah, you can't.
You got to.
can't-
If
yeah.
you're
don't have
walking
to.
by the whole counter, you're like,
No.
okay, I'll buy a small soda and then I'll use
What
your
if it's
can.
an emergency and you have to go to the bathroom first, then come out and buy something because you feel bad about what you just did in their
You
bathroom?
say, listen, I'll be right back. I'm buying a soda.
Yeah,
And you hit the
right.
can.
Oh, you don't say anything and you come back and buy the soda.
Yeah.
But you know what, Capi?
Tell me.
If you do the restaurant thing, I mean the hotel thing, the hotels are going to complain, like, because they're
Yeah.
going to get a lot of people.
It's true.
Oh, that's true.
That's true,
true.
yeah.
Right. We're not getting a
Oh,
lot of
right.
guests.
We're not
getting
getting
a lot.
guests.
We're getting a lot of people using our bathroom.
A lot of people stopping
Thanks
by the
to you.
can.
Right.
Thanks.
How
Great
can
app.
you use in the bedroom? Capi told me.
Exactly. Did you? So I got a text. I got a text or a tweet. I'm not sure which.
who?
From Chris at the Green Cross in Torrance.
Uh-huh.
He says that we can definitely come up with a Venice Mace
that's
strain.
awesome.
Oh, I
of
love that
weed.
idea. Love that
Isn't
idea.
that awesome?
It's a great idea.
I would love to be smoking my own.
Well, you got.
Well, I guess you're not supposed to get high on your own supply.
Right. But that is more for Jeho than it is for.
It is. You're right.
For weed.
You're right.
What, Ramona? You just the way you just looked at me like.
No.
Did I not use the word right?
I don't know what the word is.
Yeho. Yeho, man.
I don't know.
Do you don't know what Mejo is? Yeho, man. You ever see Scarface?
I don't think that's using it right.
No, you don't think so?
Oh no, I think you're using it right. Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think that's kind of a crowning achievement for you.
A strain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can quit after that.
The issue.
I mean, literally.
Once they're smoking Venice Mace, I'm like,
Pretty.
But here's the thing. The issue is this, and Chris will appreciate this. If Chris wants to help you create your own strain,
yes,
and your own branding,
Yeah.
then at that point you have to now market it like as if it's an NIL deal for you.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just let somebody have your name, image, and likeness.
Right.
You need to let somebody. You need to get the Venice Mace strain.
Yep.
and then you have to promote it, hype it, brand it, sell it, and make money off of it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm all for it.
It's like, okay, for example, there's like, what's the name of that sandwich shop that comes in here sometimes?
Ike's.
Ike's. Right.
Yeah.
Like they've got these sandwiches with people's names on them.
Right. Yeah.
Do those people get paid on that? I don't think so.
No, I think they just loan their name to the sandwich.
Okay, you don't want to do that. You don't want to loan your name
I
to
want
the
to make
week.
money.
You don't, right.
Put it in there.
Yeah, I want to
Be a
make money.
capitalist. You know?
Morales, what are you doing?
What's in the bag? You just walked
Target,
in
because
here?
I've got sinuses going on. So get this.
Oh.
I'm dying over here.
Okay.
I'm at Target trying to get sinus medication. Sedano calls me.
Yeah.
Oh, no. There's traffic on the freeway.
Oh, my God.
That's why he quit.
Wait a minute.
I got to turn around.
Hang on a second. Wait.
The bit's not bad,
Is
not
there
great if you
breaking
have to play it.
Is it?
Breaking news.
He's like,
what's the latest?
I'm trying to get an afternoon slice at 7th and Fig to make me feel better.
Yep.
Anyway.
What happened to that? Where's my slice?
I didn't get you a slice. You've been an idiot to me all day.
What do you mean?
Anyway, Sedano calls, there's traffic. It's quicker for me to
my
just
God.
turn around and go home. I go, yeah, but Cappy's here. He's going to fill up. Well, just go in there. I said, well, I wasn't planning to do the show. I'm dying.
Yeah. You're dying. Shadano's driving home.
I think Sedano should be home in a second.
Because he's just become aware.
And Pepe's still
of the
drinking that
traffic
Frappuccino that's been sitting here for 3 hours.
It was kind of bad traffic today.
I was just going to tell you.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, what bad luck for Sedano. The only day that he finds traffic in Los Angeles.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Great job, Pepe. Great job.
You know, down at Starbucks, he's known as Pee-Pee.
Pee-Pee?
Pee-Pee.
That's what they call him down there.
And that's what they call him at the
I got
Starbucks.
espresso frappuccino for PB.
Why does it take you so long to drink that thing?
You have been
This is
working
a
on
big
that a
one.
long time.
It's a big one.
You like that? It is a big one.
It is a big
You
one.
want the big one?
You're like that guy at the bar that takes it 2 hours to drink one cocktail.
Yeah. So Shadano will be here eventually.
We don't know for sure.
I don't think so.
We're not
I don't think
positive.
he's coming in.
I'm going to take NyQuil right now. Let's see how long I
Are
make
you going
it.
to take? Why not take the Dayquil?
Well,
The Dayquil does the same stuff, except it doesn't knock you out. The NyQuil will
my
knock you to
gosh.
sleep.
Did you walk down to the Target?
Well, I did order it on .com.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because you
See,
know
you
that
have
one, everything's
allergies,
caged
you-
up.
Yeah, right. Oh, dude, everything's caged up for sure.
I had
Everything's
Cappy.
caged up.
One time we had to buy Cappy a toothbrush. It took an hour.
Oh,
in there.
you need to get somebody to come over
Yeah, it's
and
a
unlock
whole
a
thing.
case.
Totally.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it
So
happens
wait,
like
so
that.
you got allergies going on? Are you
Yeah,
sick?
allergies.
What do you
No,
got
I'm
in
not
this
sick.
bag? Let me see.
I
I
think you
feel a
got to
lot.
try the celery juice.
Maybe. I
Try
feel
to
a
see
lot
how
better
well.
after the Afrin,
Yeah.
double shot of Afrin.
Oh, yeah, that's-
And I feel better after the slice of afternoon pie.
Uh-huh.
There's a Sparrow
One
over
slice?
there. Just one.
Come on,
I
one slice.
love
Nobody eats just one.
Sabaro.
No, it was just one.
One slice. You haven't double cut it?
No.
Because if you haven't double cut it, it makes it feel like you're eating two slices, but
Yeah.
you're only eating one slice.
One slice, you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
Two slices, you kind of.
Did you ever go to the Sabaro on Times Square?
Yes, I
Once,
have.
yes.
Yeah. Where you get as much food as you want in one container, and then they just charge you by the weight.
Yep,
Oh,
that's
wow.
right.
Oh, really?
I'll have
I don't remember
half
that.
a pound of Italian food.
Jesus.
Some lasagna, some spaghetti.
I don't like when people start talking about charging by weight. I don't like that.
Oh yeah, no.
Hey, go to the Whole Foods
expensive.
down here and go to the salad bar.
Oh my God.
Okay, and then you're like, okay, and you never see the price. The price is nowhere to be
Yep.
found. You load up, man. You got like all kinds of stuff
Yeah.
in this from the salad bar. You get like a couple of hard-boiled eggs you throw in there.
Yeah,
You think
right.
That's good.
Right.
You know, you get some peas. Peas weigh a lot.
Peas are
I don't know
good,
if you know,
yeah.
peas weigh a lot,
Yeah,
right?
heavy-
You-
heavy
you-
peas.
You throw in a couple of cucumbers.
Yep.
Before you know it, it's a $75 salad.
Exactly.
You know, it's like eating at the Lexus Club.
I was just going to say that, you know.
Good job, Pepe.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot up the Selsun Blue during the show.
You are?
Yeah.
Really?
Wait a minute. So, what kinds of medication are you going to be on
Well,
during the show?
I got to do the Flonase because I ran out of
Oh,
Flonase, which I
Flonase.
believe.
Flonase.
I ran
That's
out of
right.
I'll take a
Flonase.
hit of Flonase.
I ran out of Flonase 2 days ago, and I said
share
I got to hurry up
Flonase.
and get out of here
Right.
instead of going and getting one. And the allergies hit me.
Oh,
So we got
yeah.
Flonase. We got Tylenol just in case there's a fever coming.
Tylenol.
Okay.
Vaporub for tonight.
Oh, Vaporub.
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 Zycam. Get the
My
Zycam.
God.
Jesus, man.
The NyQuil for tonight.
You're a medicine cabinet.
This is like what
and then
Ireland
more of the
would
cough
have.
drops.
And by the way, as
You know,
you're
I'm
not,
gonna sit
I'll take
over
a couple
here.
of cough drops.
I know, right?
No, I'm not sick.
We have Shadano joining us
Oh, Shadano's
with
there.
traffic news.
on
George,
the
what's
Fox.
up, man?
Oh my God! I don't know what's going on in this.
It
city
is
today.
really bad today. I agree.
Yeah, it
Traffic
is.
on the 5s, Pepe
It
on
took
the
me
7s.
much longer to get here today.
Yeah.
It had me at I was leaving at the normal time I always leave.
Yeah.
And normally at worst 45 minutes at this time heading downtown.
Right.
Because most people are
Going away
heading
from
going
downtown.
home. Right.
Yeah.
Going away. It was an hour and 15 minutes, and I'm like, oh, that can't be real. Like I'll get on
No,
the
it's
freeway
real.
and things will get easier. No, it was like a parking lot out there.
Traffic was terrible today. It
I
was
think
terrible
what it
for me,
was
too.
Is that everyone stayed in during the rainstorm, and now everyone is going out. All
Yeah,
the stuff you
that's
didn't
fair.
do while it was raining, you're going out and doing now.
Yeah.
It's my theory.
You want a hit of the Flonase?
Yo, let me get a hit of that Flonase.
Flonase.
God. Oh, wait,
good.
there's some
Now, did you
Dayquil.
hold on? Did you get the green Flonase?
Yeah,
or
the
the
green
blue
one.
Flonase?
Green
Green,
Flonase.
green. Hold
Green
on.
Flonase.
You gotta,
No, you
gotta
need the
plug it.
blue.
You got a primer.
Why? What's the blue Flonase?
What's the blue?
Blue is better than green.
Why?
Well,
What's the difference?
I'm already already back.
Yeah.
Well,
Say-
now
there,
it's
now you
spraying
got
it
it.
into
Now
the air,
you got
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's in the air.
Cappy and I haven't snorted something together in like 10 years.
It's been a long time.
Is that right? Why do you need all the
Hit a little
Flonase?
Flonase
You're
then?
really sharing
Go.
your Flonase?
Oh, get in there.
Oh, got all over. I don't want to stick it in my nose because
Yeah,
I'm
don't
clean
stick it
But
in
I
your
know, but right
nose.
now it is. But then I'm going to
It's
give
a
it to
fresh
you,
one.
and it's
I'll alcohol it.
My dirty
Okay.
beak into your dirty beak.
Listen, we once shared a hot dog together and went with
That
till
is
hip.
true.
True.
You
It's
lady
true.
and tramp, the lady and the tramp that hot dog.
And I did play-by-play about it.
I know.
Flonase. Flonase is so good.
If you're not going to put it in,
is
stop
good.
wasting
What
this.
the hell is the, what the hell is the point of Flonase? What are you doing?
It's sinus medication. Opens up the sinus.
Do you have sinus problems?
Yeah. I have a hole in my nostril. Anyway,
I don't.
From back in the day?
from back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
Exactly.
A couple of hits of Flonase.
Why do you, Momo is very perplexed by us.
I just like the
doing-
sharing of the Flonase. Is just
Well, I haven't shared it yet. I haven't put it in my nose.
That's true. You got it.
I'm
know,
gonna
if you
alcohol it.
alcohol it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Come on,
All
Momo.
right.
That's a good name for a movie.
I
The
wouldn't even
Sharing
do it
of
if
the
you even
Flonase.
alcohol.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, Momo. Don't seem so. You seem so perplexed by us.
No, it's. I mean, you know.
Pepe,
It's a slow sports time. We got to do something to
It really
fill
is.
time.
I said this when I came in
Yeah.
today. I'm like, yeah, you know, we need the Lakers to come back. we need the Lakers.
We need
I mean-
LeBron to play. Oh, that's right. Sorry.
We were. I was watching all the afternoon programming at ESPN, and PTI had a segment that was like fill in the word, and the topic was it's blank that the audio from what Travis Kelce said to Andy Reid during the Super Bowl hasn't leaked yet.
Oh, really?
Like a whole segment.
Yeah,
out
I'd
of
like
that.
to know what that's all about.
Yeah, where is the audio?
Yeah,
the
I
NFL,
need to know
NFL
that.
saying they don't
Oh
have
no,
it.
they got rid of that, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you
That's
think
like
so?
the
They
Burt
buried that?
Spygate tapes.
Why though? I wonder why.
Well, they're not supposed to. They don't have to release any. Of
No,
that.
but like
somebody usually gets it.
They didn't give it to
long.
NFL Films like for like the Inside the NFL. That's the
But
show Ryan
usually
Clark is on.
somebody gets it.
But not long after the Super Bowl, there was the Niners on the sideline after
Yeah.
the third quarter interception, and they were like, "Man, Patrick Mahomes, he's just regular. He ain't special. Ain't nothing special about him. We making him look regular." So it wasn't like there was something I would say like crap talking about
Yeah.
another player. Like, so what's the big deal? So we all saw Travis Kelce go bumping into Andy
Right.
Reid.
Right.
We know what he
Assaulting him. He assaulted him.
Okay.
Who
all
cares
right.
And if
he
that was
said.
Keyshawn or T.O. that did that on the side,
Oh,
Jim
it would be
Nantz
pretty
would have
bad.
just, what a disgusting act. Oh my God, how can
No,
we have this?
Chris is right. It would have been a national travesty.
Remember when
had it
NFL
been-
Films did the thing to Key when he was just yelling at Gruden?
No.
Keyshawn Johnson lashes out at the coach on
Well,
prime time.
Remember
probably
when
true.
Randy Moss
Yeah.
fake mooned
Joe Buck.
the Green Bay Packers? Like
No.
That is
Yeah,
a
you remember that?
disgusting
I missed
act.
that.
On the goalpost, he
Yeah.
scored and then he gave a
wow.
moon job.
Although, don't you
no,
think
but he didn't actually moon anybody.
Right, he didn't
Like
take
he
his
kept
pants
his
down.
pants on.
Right.
He just did the motion of it.
Don't
And
you
people-
think if Kansas City had lost that game, it would be a much bigger story?
Yes.
We'd look at it
Sure.
and say, "Oh,
Yeah, that's
But
they,
it
true.
still
they
would
were off
never
the
reach-
rails."
It would never reach the levels of Moongate.
Moongate.
Yeah.
So I still think it is
so-
interesting that it's not out there. I had kind of forgotten about it.
Yeah,
so you
you-
don't think they will release that?
No,
in the,
absolutely
No, but
in the
usually
future?
there's some kind
in the
of
future.
somebody's got an in-house feed. Somebody gets the audio. Somebody. It always happens in NBA.
TMZ will do it.
Yeah, somebody gets it.
TMZ will get that.
I was just watching something today where they had Shaquille O'Neal and Charles
was
Barkley
great. It was
during
so
the
great.
All-Star
Oh, yeah.
It
competition.
was good.
Where they were off mic and off. They thought
But they,
were.
they must have agreed to release that. That was like 5 minutes of audio.
It
And-
was.
yeah.
It was 5
It was
minutes of them
hilarious.
off air.
It was great.
Yeah,
So
hot
if they
mic.
release stuff like that, I mean, why would the NFL be protecting who? Andy Reid,
Because
Travis Kelce, or
They're-
their
they're-
brand?
I mean, really, you covered that league as much as anybody. Like, you don't think that they don't want that stuff out? Come on.
But see, that's the real stuff.
Right. That's the
Right.
stuff that really happens.
I get
and
it,
that's
but
why
they
they're
also
liked.
they also want to protect a certain image. Like, God knows what he said to Andy Reid there that they don't want out. Think about it that way.
But
Yeah.
didn't he just say, "I want in the effing game," something like that?
But he bumped him, and Andy Reid's an old man.
He did stunt. I mean, Andy Reid was really
Caught him off guard.
Caught him
Yeah.
completely off. It was like when I got dump trucked.
Right. It was like a single
It
dump
was
truck.
exactly
You know what?
like
That's
when
a
I got
good
dump
It
trucked.
was a dump truck. Yeah.
Momo, come on. By the way, Momo, how long you been doing the celery thing?
6 weeks.
Now, yesterday you were all done up from TV.
Yeah.
Today,
Today
you're less
I'm
done up,
post.
and you
Yeah.
look like
Straight-
you're 21 years old.
There's no makeup, no nothing.
Yeah,
But
she
you
came
look-
from the gym.
But you look
Came straight
amazing.
from the gym.
Like
Wow.
you look so young and
I
like
know, I'm
glowing.
telling you, it's celery juice.
It's just celery.
Well,
Gabby,
I mean,
maybe
I'm
you
eating
should
nothing
start
processed
drinking that-
also.
that
might.
celery.
I
Nothing
might.
processed. No,
By the
you
way,
have
I
to,
thought
like,
I
make
went
your own
nice
food.
with the compliments, and Momo didn't
Thank
even
you.
say thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Do I have to make the celery juice myself?
You,
or
you got to juice it yourself.
really? I
Yeah.
don't want to do that.
You can't, and you got to clean it every
You
night.
gotta
It
like
becomes,
get the juice man, that thing.
You know what? It becomes. Don't. I'm not going to do that motion.
No, where you put the celery
yeah,
in.
you put the celery in, and then you juice it I do it at night. You're supposed to do it in the morning. It's too much for me to do in the morning. So I do it at night. I get it all ready to go. I have lemon water first, and then I do celery juice. And it's like 8 ounces of lemon water and 16 ounces of celery juice. You're kind of full for a while after
What's
all
the
that.
celery taste like? I mean, I know you're going to say celery, but
kind of watery,
It's
right?
kind of salty water.
Okay.
But that makes you go to the bathroom.
Yeah, it makes you go to the bathroom. You definitely do not. It's like-
Pepe.
Listen, you got to plot your whole
Here's
day
the big
out.
question.
By the way, this happened to Cappy on the walk back from
Listen,
the Kate
last-
game.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, he's like, we got to get upstairs quickly.
Yeah.
I was like, what's
Oh,
going on?
listen, today I was at preschool drop-off. I was like, I bring both kids, and I drop the 5-year-old off, and then I say to Jacob, the baby, and I'm like, hey, Jacob, we gotta go. We gotta go to the bathroom, and I go right,
Momo, is the celery juice good for visceral fat?
Good question. Thank you for that.
Don't
Thank you
start
for
him
that.
it's
up.
good.
Thank you for that.
Look,
Mace.
I love that bit.
visceral
Guy
fat.
told me.
fat.
He goes, look, you look all right, but I can tell there's a lot of visceral fat going on.
Guess what? At
there.
dinner last night, it didn't stop him.
Yeah, you still went
Well,
hard?
Here's what happened last night. So we go downstairs. Same of the
Craft by Smoke and Fire.
Which have you guys been to this?
Yeah,
place?
it's
No, I've
good.
not been there yet.
I'd not
It's
been
good
there,
stuff.
and it was outstanding. It was really, really good. And we were hanging out with our friends from Yamava, and we got there, and I saw Tommy Lamb, and he had some steak. I don't remember which steak it was.
It's like the.
They
Is he
had-
by
New York.
himself or entertaining?
No, well, we
his
had
clients?
entertaining.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it was all chopped up, and I was like, whatever he's got, I want that. So I ordered it. But then Chrissy over here goes, we got to get the quesadilla,
The short rib quesadilla is amazing.
which is bomb AF like you cannot
Yeah.
believe. This
That
quesadilla,
sounds amazing.
right? So we have this. We
Say
get done.
quesadilla then, Mom.
What?
Say quesadilla.
Quesadilla.
No.
No, it's like
No,
Italian or
no.
something.
A quesadilla.
No, he's a white man.
Quesadilla.
Quesadilla.
Better.
I just
Better.
spent 4 days in Mexico, man. I feel very good. My Spanish is muy bien.
Yeah.
Muy what?
Muy bien.
Okay.
Mang?
Okay.
It's
Pepe
okay.
knows what I'm
Anyway,
talking
we're having
about.
the short rib quesadilla.
So
Yeah,
we're-
yeah,
so
anyway,
we're-
there we are.
We get done.
He also had a couple mandalas, a couple
Yeah.
Blanco mandalas.
Why not?
We get done. We go across the street. We're there at the Kings game.
What did you order at the dessert cart, Cappy?
Well, at the dessert part, I was trying to watch myself, but I knew I wanted like a little slice. So Lindsay Baseball got this massive bowl of ice cream, and she told me she was going to put it on chocolate cake, but then she didn't get the chocolate cake, so I got the chocolate cake so I could just slice it a little
Yeah.
tiny bit.
Right.
Right. I took a couple slices, a little bit. Then I decided, I got problems. I got celery juice issues right
Yeah, I
here,
get
right
it.
now,
I
right?
understand.
It's in between the second and the third period. I go running to the men's room. It's packed.
You got to be careful.
So there's a
Listen,
crowd.
now, you appreciate Steve Ballmer now.
Right. It's packed.
That's a good point.
And I couldn't do what I was going to do because it was.
I know, and then you're like, what I do?
You're going to love that new Steve Ballmer
Oh,
building.
can't wait. So I
Yeah.
say to Chris, Chris, we got to go.
Yeah.
We got to go, and we got to get across the street. We
You
got to get
can't
back up
run
to the
though when
office.
you're in that condition.
Terrible.
You left
Running
the
is
game?
a whole danger.
You left the game?
I left the game after the second period. The Kings were up, I think, 3-1.
Just got to find other bathrooms.
So
You
then
need
I
a
came-
bathroom.
They ended up winning 4-1.
I
just
came
so you know.
across the street here, and I went to the bathroom here.
Here, yeah.
Took
While
care
I
of-
was waiting to walk across the street
Took
with
care
him.
of personal business. Are you TikToking us
Yeah.
right
I'm
now?
TikToking
You're
you right now.
TikToking us?
Yeah, you talk about the can. Talk
You're
about
very-
going to the
this is
can
very
some more.
meta.
TikToking us right now.
Yeah, I'm TikToking you.
And then took care of personal business.
right.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
Pepe, I could have used the Imodium, and I
Yeah.
could have used the Depends.
It's too late at that point.
For sure, I thought you
No, you
carry
can't go with
Imodium
Depends
with you.
with that.
No,
but
I don't
I'm
carry
Did you have a
Imodium.
horse?
You should.
Did you have a horse?
No horse.
No horse.
No horse.
Poor Pepe.
The horse,
Pepe, you know that you have to perform that live at the Mandy's.
I will do it. No
I know.
problem.
Yeah, of course.
There you go. No problem.
He
There you
should
go.
come out on the horse. You know
Oh,
what I'm
that
saying?
would be
Like-
good.
Right? He should
Yeah.
have like
Ride
one of those
in on a
cars.
horse.
Yeah.
That would be
next
bomb.
level.
Yeah.
Momo, we got to go
I'll
have
think
this
of
quesadilla.
something.
By
okay.
the way,
I
did
can't
not-
listen. You got celery. You got issues with your sinuses.
Yeah.
You got to cut the dairy.
I don't do dairy. Well, last night we did dairy.
Quesadilla.
Okay, we had a cheat night.
Yeah.
A cheat night.
If you got sinus issues, you just don't have any cheese or dairy or anything.
It doesn't work to deprive yourself all the time.
I tried not to.
There's
Yeah.
wonderful things that you can have.
Not a lot of deprivation over there.
No, we were doing well in the last week. I've been on a run.
Yeah.
I've been on a run. And then, now my sinuses are. You're absolutely
Yeah,
right. The
telling you.
inflammation is what destroys your body.
Right. No nightshades. Stop eating nightshades. That's what Brady
What's
says.
nightshades?
Nightshades?
Nightshades.
Tomato.
What is that?
Nightshades
Tomato
are like
and what else?
mushrooms,
Mushrooms.
tomatoes. These are all nightshades. They're bad. They
Vegetables.
cause inflammation.
I
I think
don't
also
know.
bread, quesadillas,
No,
alcohol.
You're right. You're right.
You shouldn't eat tomatoes at night before you go to bed.
Right.
Yeah.
This
I
is
mean,
the
the doctors will
oldest
tell
rule
you
in the
that.
book.
Good
Don't
job,
eat
Pepe.
tomatoes before bed.
I think we're going to do a bit. Pepe's tips to life.
Yeah.
I want you to record.
Pepe, I will say this, Pepe. When I was driving home last night, because the guys were going to the Kings game, I decided to try to find the Kings game on the radio.
Okay.
I didn't realize they're not on terrestrial radio anymore in English, so I listened to the Spanish broadcast on 1330. It was extraordinary. It was so good to listen to. I don't know if you know those guys at all.
Yeah, no, I know them. Yeah, of course.
They're very good.
Yeah, they're very
Of
good.
course,
yeah,
they're horse.
Yeah,
Of course, they're horse.
Hey, George, did you know that Kim Kardashian listens to your show every day?
You know, Momo, I've heard that everybody listens.
Right,
So
everybody
there's
listens.
millions and
Explain it to
millions
you.
of people in Southern
Everybody
California across
listens.
the Southland listen.
Momo listens though.
I listen.
Because the almond nut milk started really on the
On
afternoon
our
show.
show.
Yeah, it did.
So I think if you win bit of the year, I think half of that goes to Sonato and Cap.
I think it
She
all
did
goes
text
to Momo.
our show. Yes.
Yeah.
Momo would be the bit of the year.
Jorge, you're gonna agree with me, okay?
Yeah, he's George.
If there
He's
was
George.
a competition about the biggest liar that you know,
Yeah.
Cappy will win, wouldn't?
He's absolutely in the running. I would probably
Yeah.
say, yeah, he's if we were doing an NCAA tournament of people I know that lie,
Yeah.
Cappy would be a 1 seed.
You
for me.
would be a
The
one
thing
seed.
that's great about Cappy is when you lie, I don't even care.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Right.
fine.
Right.
I don't care if the story is true or not.
Yeah, I don't believe any of it's real. It's just funny.
No, I there's lying, and then there's your truth.
Right.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
there's
there's
not.
no
You
difference.
don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
The stories count. All right. It's
I think for the
422.
hold on for the Mandy's, we want to sweep. When I say we, Sonato and Cap, we want to sweep it.
Wow, you
but
just joined.
You're campaigning.
But Momo is part of us for fill-in host of the year, even though she doesn't really fill in on the show as much.
But she still, I think, is the fill-in host of the year, don't you?
Well,
She's
not
the
Pepe.
reigning fill-in host. of the
Yeah,
year.
you've won it 2 years in a row.
2 times
2 years in a row.
Two-time
Oh, yeah,
defending
back
champion.
are you going for Momo's going for a three-peat?
I want the
Hey,
three-peat.
Pat
Like
Riley.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm putting the weight of my presence and personality as personality.
Yes.
I'm putting it behind Momo for fill-in
Thank
host
you.
of the year.
I am with you
I would really
100%.
share that if I
I
knew.
agree with this
you.
message.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Bergman's challenging me now, and
Well,
he had to go,
Beto's
and
in the running, I would
Beto's
imagine.
definitely in the running
Two
now.
Beto. No.
Chris
Man
is,
of
Chris
DeMarco.
is- Chris is nixing better.
DeMarco.
Marco's had a nice run, but he's no Momo.
Well, you know what?
A-Cam.
DeMarco has
No.
embraced
A-Cam.
the cappiness of the place, is what I would
Yeah,
say.
he has.
Yeah.
I mean, but he's not bringing a blender and nuts in here.
That's the thing.
No, he's not. He's
No,
not.
No.
That's a good point.
You know.
No, I mean, whoever
brought
blends
props.
the nuts actually wins bit of the year, I think.
That should be the saying
Yeah.
for the award.
You know
Whoever
what? If
blends
it
the
gets
nuts.
close,
It
if
is a
gets-
champagne and nuts trophy.
If it gets close down the stretch, we absolutely trespass Mace's crib, and we
You absolutely do not.
do.
You know what?
We go into that hot
It's a
tub.
I think,
B&E?
you know what I
Desperate.
think you do? Toilet paper.
Oh, you toilet paper the hot tub.
And then we'll egg the house too, just
Oh,
just
okay.
so you
Why
know it's us.
Why don't you soap the windows while you're at it?
You
What are you, like
vandalize.
12?
Is that a euphemism or?
Vandalize the house. You
I think
vandalize.
you just take the
Okay.
toilet paper and throw it over into
I
the
am going
backyard.
to end the shenanigans now.
Why we can keep going.
Going home.
You can go.
You're going to keep the segment rolling?
Why
I'm not
not?
leaving until you go to break.
Okay.
I'm
Anyway,
not leaving until you
so
go to
we
break.
want to do this. Cappy and I were talking last night about it
Yeah.
at the game. We want to do the Momo hot tub tour.
You guys can come.
Okay. And we'll have our
When
friends
do
at
you wanna
Pizza Hut
come?
deliver pizzas.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to go too.
When do you, we can set
okay.
it up.
Well, no, you can't go if you're not letting them use your hot tub.
No, I can go to Momo's
You can go to
jacuzzi.
my. We got room.
I still think
I don't know. I think there should be a bouncer not letting you in if you're not going to let them
I mean,
use your.
ideally,
your
you would wait until the time change when it's going to be light outside.
Oh,
We
that's a
can
good
do it
idea.
after dark if you want. I don't care.
Mace,
It'll
I
film
mean-
better for social in the daytime, I think.
but Mace,
no.
point of information.
I'm not going
Point of
shirtless in the
information.
daytime.
Yes.
Oh, I
Is
see what you're
is
saying,
your
yeah.
hot tub not an outdoor, like by a pool hot tub? The way you're making it sound is if it's like a
basically
bathtub
like a
in your
tub.
bathroom.
It's an out of ground
Yeah.
hot tub.
Why don't
so
you do
it
this
only
tonight?
fits two
Is it
people.
in
There are
your
two
house?
seats.
Insta
No,
story.
it's outside the
Okay,
house.
then fine.
Insta
We
story this tonight. I want to see the hot tub.
You wanna see
you don't
the
have
hot
to be
tub?
in it. Just
Yeah,
we
I'll
want to see
Insta
it.
story it. Yeah, I will.
Or put it on TikTok.
I'll do both.
I'll send you guys a video.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
That looked like the embrace.
Oh, the embrace,
I mean,
yeah.
What I
Shohei
need to know though
embracing
is,
stardom.
do you want to use the pool noodles, the floaties?
I want the floaties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
And if there's
I got like a chair you can sit in.
Oh,
it's
beautiful.
a floaty chair.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Talk
Get a
about
shower.
Talk about visceral fat.
Right. It's my friend from India who told me I have
I
visceral
know,
fat.
I know.
His name is GR.
GR.
Because it's too hard to say his name.
What is the difference between visceral fat and regular fat?
I don't know, but it's visceral, and it just.
I think visceral just means you can see it.
I guess so.
I don't think so. I think visceral means it's like.
Is it underlying?
Why are you looking at me? I don't know.
You've got the outside fat.
I'm
and
not
then
worried
you've got
about
the
it.
visceral fat.
I've got other fat to worry
I
about.
think what he's saying is that there's like a lot of cottage cheese on like the sides of my belly.
Happens.
You know?
I'm gonna look this up.
He said that to you?
Yeah, my
That's
friend.
totally disrespectful.
Tonight on an
Very
all-new episode
disrespectful.
of Pepe.
Very disrespectful. But
Very
people,
disrespectful.
people were sending us messages in the Circle of Trust yesterday, George. What were they saying? That like it's cultural that Indian folks...
Oh, yeah, there was a gentleman who listens to the show who is in the Circle of Trust that is also Indian and says that it's cultural. Like if he's saying you have visceral fat, that's part of the course for his people.
Okay, here I got a definition.
Okay.
It's excess weight that develops over time around the center of the body, also called visceral fat, also called belly fat, found deep within your abdominal cavity. It surrounds important organs, including your stomach, liver, and intestines.
Yeah.
So it's inner fat.
I got it.
There's outer fat and there's inner fat.
But I think it's
I got both.
manifesting
I got a
itself
diagram.
Like
But what he's saying is you can, by the way you look, you've got
gosh,
a lot
it
of
gets worse.
visceral
Hold
fat.
on. Visceral fat, also known as toxic fat.
But it is
It's
toxic.
hidden inside your body, on and around your vital organs.
Yikes.
It can cause health issues like high blood. Visceral fat is caused by eating
Yikes.
more calories than you burn and not moving.
Wait a
it.
minute.
Duh.
Update.
Okay.
Update on
Duh.
fat.
You didn't put the music.
Did you see the picture
To
that he
prevent,
criticized
hold
me?
on. A waist circumference of 80 centimeters or more for females and 94 centimeters or more for males could mean that you have too much visceral fat.
I do. I must.
I think we probably all have it.
In other words,
mean-
in Spanish they say you are panzón.
Panzón.
Sí, eres un panzón.
Eres un panzón.
Most fat is stored underneath the skin and is known as subcutaneous fat.
Oh.
This is the fat that is visible and that you can feel. The rest of the fat in the body is stored around your internal organs, including your heart, liver, and intestines. This is visceral fat.
What?
Dude.
I'm just looking at the picture that he criticized me for,
Yeah.
and I have visceral fat.
Visceral
Yeah.
fat makes chemicals and hormones that can be toxic to the body.
Ugh, I am
God,
disgusted.
terrible.
So I hope all you people
Oh, it's
out
more
there.
common in males than women.
Well, I mean, Mace, I haven't gone to break yet.
I'm not going anywhere.
It's like I got
I can.
cellulite all
I
over
will
my
wait
belly.
you out, my friend. I will wait you out.
We will go to 5 o'clock straight up and then play an hour
Let's
commercial.
go. Let's do it right
I'm
now.
not worried about it.
I'm on.
Here
Let's
we go.
roll.
You got eminence? Hit eminence. Hit the music for me.
Yeah, do it. I like to be part of this one.
428 of the Southland. Are you ready on a Wednesday afternoon?
Yeah.
You ready, Cappy?
I'm ready.
Sedano and Cap, your Wednesday afternoon right now.
Bing, ba-da-ba. Ding, da-da-ba, ba-da-ba, pick-a-doom, da-da-ba, bing, ba-da-ba.
Sedano and Cap is on. Sedano back at the home, but Mason is here.
Yeah, hanging out.
Momo's here.
I will not leave till you go to break.
I will.
Pepe, good afternoon.
Hello.
Thank you, Pepe.
Hello.
I believe we
Sound
have-
like Abner Gatt.
We have corporate Greg and producer Lindsay because they don't know if one show has ended yet or the other has begun.
You just did that, so I'm assuming I'm going to move out of here and Lindsay will
There's a
come in.
merger.
But look what
a
is going
merger
on.
I
between
do
the
like that
shows.
air guitar.
A merger of
Yeah.
equals,
Yeah.
as
Yes.
they said in Succession.
Exactly.
I'm a big air guitar person.
Pick-a-doom, da-da-bing, ba-doom.
I'm not doing anything with this hand. Okay.
Okay, do you want to play the drums too? Air
Yeah.
drums?
I think we've confused the social team because usually one show ends and
Yes.
then another show begins.
Now they're
so
all-
confused.
Right.
Yeah, they
Look
have
at
no
this.
idea what's
Look at
happening.
this lineup. Lindsay
Should I growl? Ah, no. That's
Good
not-
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
John, wake up. Oh, sorry. Different time.
Yeah. Oh. He's back tomorrow. Come on.
Wow.
He's probably listening right now.
John knows I love him.
He
Although
might
I
not
have
be back
enjoyed.
tomorrow, by the way. Momo, if you can be on standby, he
Oh,
might
really?
not be back tomorrow.
Oh, Ireland may not be back?
May not be back tomorrow.
Why? What's his deal?
Him and
I
Darvin
was just
Ham.
gonna say, are they
He's
playing in
having
San
Comrex
Francisco?
issues.
Oh, here we go.
Like LeBron?
Oh. I mean, John did play in the All-Star game, too.
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny I's got a ticket guy, right?
Oh, yeah, I know him.
I need a ticket guy. I
Yeah.
need some tickets for something.
Yeah.
And I need a ticket guy. Now, don't you
You won't get
think-
him for free.
No, wait, but don't you think that I've done enough favors for Johnny I that I can
No,
now call
you
in a
have to
favor
pay
for
for
his
them a
ticket
little
guy?
bit.
I mean, we use the same ticket guy.
Same
I'm
ticket
happy
guy.
to reach
What do you
out
want
to
a
him on your
ticket for?
behalf.
Well, I need to get some Kings tickets.
It's the great Harris Rosner from VIP Tickets.
Oh, really? Hey, Harris.
Yeah, great guy.
Hey, Harris.
His wife, Victoria, fantastic.
Oh,
I used to
Vicky.
do yoga with her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's great.
Okay.
He helped me out with Sphere tickets, helped Ireland out with. What do you need tickets for?
I need tickets for the Kings game.
My God.
Just go to the NHL.com, bro.
Yeah, just go to kings.com. They
Oh,
sell
really?
tickets.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, get their app.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And
that how you do
Sedano, you were not impressed with you two in Las Vegas, huh?
I was not. I think that
can't
U2
believe
was okay, and I thought the Sphere was clearly the lead there.
Are you
It-
kidding me?
I
It
know,
was
right?
fantastic.
Amazing.
man.
Yeah, I thought
Did you
I was
take
blown
any
away.
gummies before you went to the show?
No,
I did.
no,
Come on,
I-
Pat.
I was completely
totally
sober.
did.
George?
Guys,
I
in
was
there,
that was the
sober.
problem.
just let me know the
Totally
reads we got. We'll give you the reads so we don't
Yeah,
miss
tell
stuff.
me what I need
Do
to
I have
do.
a read?
Do I have to do prize
Do I have a
picks?
read now?
Yeah. Do I have Abner Gat yet?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh,
You want me to
George-
do a Commerce Casino while we're at it?
Real quick, George, why don't you tell us about LAX? We'll be back in about a minute or two.
Oh, my home away from home, LAX. Yes, absolutely, Christopher. Give me just one moment.
No
and I will
problem.
tell people
LAX
about
is going through an incredible transformation as it gets ready for the Summer Olympics in 2028
I mean,
and 2026 with the World Cup coming.
The
Correct.
new People
The
Mover?
new People Mover is going to take
Look
you
at
from
that.
terminal to terminal.
Yeah.
They're updating the parking everywhere. It's still not quite there yet. So
Yeah,
you
the
probably
LAX
don't wanna
economy
Uber.
parking structure is already open.
Oh,
though,
there you
Momo.
go.
See, this
And
is
then
why
they have
marketing
the-
works.
The thousands of smart parking spaces.
Smart
where you-
parking spaces.
Yeah, where you have your EV
and valet
charging
service.
stations.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Great
have
job,
valet
Momo.
too.
I
In
can't wait for when
multiple-
Momo. It does. We're working on an endorsement for Momo.
Yeah.
She should have one.
Oh, definitely she should.
More
have
than
one.
one.
Well, let's start with one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then we'll
She's
start
gonna do-
knocking them
Well,
down.
right. You got to
I'm
get one
telling
to
you.
get more than one. Right?
Anything,
Domino's.
anything more on LAX? It's the.
Oh, yes. Thank
Yeah.
you, Mace. They also have modernized terminals for biometric gates for faster boarding. And again, a new rental car facility. So when your
Oh,
friends
thank
and
God.
family come visit, they'll have all those brands under one roof. It is really nice. I've been there as well. But then the People Mover train that Momo was alleging about earlier, it's coming.
Yeah.
Okay? It is a real thing. It will be there. It will connect you to the terminals. It'll connect you to the rental car facility. And locals, it'll connect you to LA Metro, which means you don't even need a car to get to LAX anymore. At LAX, changes arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save guest time, and transform the travel experience. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglAX. That's flylax.com/transforminglAX.
By the way,
Good
it
job,
does.
George.
Marketing does work.
Yeah, no
we
kidding.
all we all
You,
know.
you knew
yeah.
bits and
Pepe.
pieces
I
of
knew
it.
bits and
Right.
pieces. Yeah.
Pepe, you okay? Don't cough over there.
I'm coughing the other way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Away from you.
You know, we've talked about you having to get like passports and TSA.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something. I think I've told you guys this. I lost my TSA credentials. Did I tell you this?
How did that happen?
Oh, yeah. How did it happen? I'll tell you how it happened. My ex-wife decided to play legal maneuver games with me, right? And as a result, I lost my TSA credentials. So I came back across
Wait a
the
minute.
border.
How
in
does that work?
Was there like a settlement and she got your TSA credential?
She got the pre-check.
Yeah, it was-
you
it
got
was
the house, she got the
settlement?
TSA credential.
That would be fine by me. I would have no problem with that.
Would she get
But
Interpol after you or something?
She did. She did some legal maneuvering, and as a result, I had my TSA credentials suspended. So I came across the border back from Mexico, and I
Right.
decided, well, I'm going to test the system. And I have my what is the card? The
Wait, I
Global
feel
entry.
like you're leaving something out here. Will
I also
you-
feel like
leaving
I also
something out.
feel
Of
like you're
course I'm
about to
leaving
admit a
something out.
federal crime.
No,
So-
yeah,
Right,
no
yeah,
federal
so be
crime.
careful
No
No,
with
it's
federal
whatever you
biometric
say.
screening
No
now.
federal crime.
Passport.
But I had the not the passport. What's the other one? The global
Passport
entry.
card. Oh,
Global
so
entry,
global
right.
So I have
entry.
my global entry card like physically on me. So I go to the customs and I'm like, let me test the system. So I go and I give them my global entry. They're like, okay, sir, can you step over here and come with us?
Oh, boy.
They
Oh, boy.
physically took my global entry, right?
Okay.
So now they're like, well, there was this thing on your record, and and I'm like, yeah, but that was all thrown out, blah blah blah. They're like,
Wait a minute. What thing was on your record?
it's
Where-
just,
I think he probably doesn't want to get into it.
Okay.
There's one little detail I'm going to save that I'm not going to put
Yeah.
on there.
Okay. Is
right?
that coming up later? Is it a good
no,
tease?
it's not a good
All
tease,
right.
but it is a good tease.
Okay.
But anyway,
You know
so
what it is? It's a big hassle.
Yeah.
It is a big
There you
hassle. So today I'm on the phone with like Border Patrol. And I'm like,
Oh, my
hey,
God.
I'm like, I was just in the airport the other day. I talked to a supervisor. He gave me your phone number. He told me what to do. And now, like, I'm in the system to finally get it fixed. But let me tell you something. If you lose your TSA or you lose your border, whatever that thing is, dude, you are screwed. Getting it is hard enough. Getting it back is like an impossibility.
So wait a minute. Is this to replace your passport?
No, my passport's fine. That works fine.
So why do you need TSA credentials?
So the
to get-
passport was not in the settlement.
Passport is fine. Passport is with
Yeah.
me. Okay, but it's the other one, the global entry card.
What does
That's
that
hard
mean?
to get.
What is
That's
that
really
for?
hard to get.
I don't have that.
That gets you back and forth across the border like no problem.
Okay,
Without them,
here's
we're
the
getting your
thing.
passport.
I will tell you this. I used to think you had to have global entry because George and I travel to Toronto sometimes, and you always have to wait in one line when it takes forever. But now they have those biometric scanners, and they
Yeah.
just look in your eyes.
Oh, really?
It's like accordion
Like the
scan.
Bone Thugs and Harmony song.
Literally.
Look into my eyes.
It's
Tell me how
literally-
you feel.
And you don't even need to show your. They don't even stamp your
No,
passport
in fact,
anymore.
you look at it and they take
Yeah.
a picture of you and they know exactly who you are. They've got
know.
all your information.
They know everything.
Yeah,
and
they
I
do.
want the passport stamp. I want somebody take my passport and say, "Welcome home, ma'am," and
Oh, I
then
like that.
stamp it. Don't you like that when they say "Welcome home"?
So I got pickpocketed.
Mace, you ever hear Bone Thugs?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I know.
Are you a bigger fan of Bone, Thugs, or you prefer Harmony?
I'm a
I
big
like-
Harmony guy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I like Thugs.
So I got pickpocketed Italy years ago, and a couple of gypsy kids ran a scam on me.
Why they got big gypsies?
Well, that's the way
Well,
they
they
are.
were. That is the way. That's the way it is. So
That's another song. That's
the kid
just
was
the
like
way it
5
is.
years old and walks away with my passport.
Some things will never change.
Then you got to go to the American embassy and prove who you are.
Yeah.
He had this kid had everything. He had my
Wallet.
ID, passport,
That's why
everything.
they say you got to wear that special thing that goes around your belt and it tucks in and they can't pull it out.
Believe me, since then I have. But you got to go to the American embassy and you've got to prove that you are who you say you are. So you've got to give them numbers and they call people and say, do you know this person? Is this in fact?
This is why I don't travel internationally. I don't want to deal with it. I just want to be left alone. Let me stay home and watch Columbo.
Oh, no, you should go. Have you ever been overseas?
No.
Really? No interest?
No interest. No interest at all.
Wow.
And many trips have been offered to me to go to Italy, the homeland, half of
Italy's
my homeland.
Beautiful.
Europe, I don't care.
You want to know the worst part, though, of me losing my TSA credentials?
Yeah.
Is that I'm in the airport on Thursday of last week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through the regular security line.
Yep.
And I swear to God, here comes my ex-wife.
No.
In the airport.
What's going on with you, man?
That's like a Larry David episode.
And she's now going through the TSA line, and she's like taunting me, like, "Hey, hey!"
Really?
And she's in the TSA, and I am in the regular line. You know,
right?
Where I'm gonna have to take off my shoes.
Are you
take
doing
my
a bit?
No, it's a true story.
So
Totally
she
true
said,
story.
I have your TSA.
I got the TSA. You don't got the TSA. And now I got to try and get the TSA back.
Oh, man.
Ugh, what a headache.
life. What a life.
But are you planning to travel internationally that much?
Well, I do like to go back and
TSA
forth to
is
my
way
homeland,
bigger than the
Mexico.
global entry.
You have to be very careful with what you said because remember Kim Kardashian is listening.
You're right.
Kim
That's
is
right.
out there.
Right. Kim
Good job,
Kardashian.
Cappy. Good
well,
job.
Kim might be like, hey, listen, I can't take you with me on European tours because you don't have your global entry card.
There you go.
Schlepper.
You're probably looking for a Skim sponsorship.
Is a Skim like
I don't
something
think
that's
her underwear,
Not the mom
right?
type of skim.
No, Skim is like Kim's underwear,
Yeah,
right?
it
It's the
depends.
official
It's her
sponsor of the
Spanx.
NBA or something.
She has her own Spanx?
Yeah.
Really?
It's called Skims.
Like today, I told
It's the same
Tommy
thing?
Lamb,
Yeah.
Yes.
the funny games department chairman, I want 10% of ticket sales for the Mandy's. We just put in the LLC, just a little skim off the top.
Yeah, no.
Administrative fee.
Yeah, just a
No.
little taste, something to wet the beak. He got very uncomfortable and asked me to leave.
I'm sure he did.
You know, Chris, the way you do that is you don't tell anyone.
Well, I just said it on the radio, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
well, a lot more people start listening at 4:15 than they do at. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, right.
You know what you should do is you should tell a line. You should tell
I
them-
hang around for an extra 38 minutes.
Actually, let me
and
give
I'm
you a
getting crap.
compliment that came up in a meeting.
Yeah.
At our 2/8/24 celebration,
Yep.
at 1 o'clock in the afternoon,
Yep.
more people were watching on YouTube, our YouTube channel, watching you guys live with Corporate Greg than ever before in the station history.
Really?
Really?
The second moment is our last All-Star game, the game.
Is that right?
So congratulations
Wow.
on
Wow,
yeah,
that's
that's
awesome.
great. That was a great day.
It really was.
That was a great spot. Nixo Lounge
Have
across
you-
the street.
Have you guys had a chance to walk over and kind of get up close and personal to the Kobe statue?
Oh, no.
No,
Oh,
not
you guys
yet.
haven't done that yet?
I assume there's are there still lines and stuff?
There's people out there, but
Yeah.
I went over there last week because I think it was Thursday is the day that we had the event.
Yes.
And then I want to say like Tuesday of the following week, I went over to kind of check it out and be hands-on. I mean, it is a massive, massive statue.
How much
Yeah.
bigger is it than the other statues?
Put it this way. Oscar de la Hoya, I assure you, is complaining that nobody can see his statue behind the Kobe statue. And Magic should be complaining because Magic now looks like he's at about a 45-degree angle when Magic needs to be at about a 75 to 80-degree
Right.
angle.
Yeah.
Because Kobe's standing there, hand up in the air straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Magic's like trying to dribble the ball, but it looks like he's about to fall flat on his face. He's about
Yeah,
to do
he
an
is.
X-plant.
He's
gonna
gotta
do an
lean.
X-plant.
He's
Yeah.
leading the break.
Yeah.
It's a Showtime Lakers.
Now, where are the other two going? The other two statues.
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't know the story. George, do you know the story of the other
I don't.
two statues?
I'm assuming. I mean, the building is
At the
has got
entrances?
plenty of spots to put it in, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be in that same plaza.
No, I think they have to be there.
They have to be in
That's
the
Statue
Star Plaza?
but they
Is
could
the-
do it
is
anywhere.
the
It doesn't-
Yeah,
there's
but
no
they could put
rule.
the other two statues in different points and create more space for statues
Yeah.
for the
That's a
future.
good point.
True.
That's
Is
a
there
good point.
any place else anywhere in sports that has more than one statue of the same person?
That's a good question.
Hear that, Chris?
That's a good question. I don't think
Nate
so.
said that was a good question.
It was a good
Do
question.
you think anybody's
I don't
got
think so.
multiple
Well, I mean,
statues?
but Kobe has 2 retired jerseys. He had 2 documentaries. Like,
Right.
He does.
He has an
more.
Academy Award.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did all that stuff.
And he spoke Spanish and Italian.
Yeah. Very well.
Yeah.
See,
You're not
NC.
leaving. You said you will not leave until we go to break.
Right, we're not going to break yet.
So
I mean, we should go to break, though, shouldn't we? I mean, we have spots to play.
I should get home.
How long is this crosstalk?
Well, John, John, we are going on 50 minutes right now.
This has got to be a crosstalk record, Chris.
No, there was one other that actually the trial of the century was born out of, and it's a couple of years ago. That one went an hour 10. So that's the record we're going for.
Go for an hour 10.
What? John,
you're at 40 now?
Yeah, we're at 40 now.
40 now.
I'm good to go another half hour.
Another half hour.
Yeah, that's
I don't know if you're actually good.
By the way, did you guys hear the news? LeBron out tomorrow?
We had been assuming that. That's what Momo had speculated about
Why is
earlier.
that?
Well, she was right.
What's the issue?
Ankle, I think.
Oh, ankle.
He got some treatment done on
right,
his ankle.
Momo?
Yeah, he got some treatment done before the All-Star game and after the All-Star game, and it takes a little while for that to take hold.
Why the hell did he play in the All-Star game?
Why do you think?
If he has this ankle thing.
Listen, the NBA has done a couple of things to the Lakers this year that maybe hurt them a bit.
Like
the
what?
celebration after the in-season tournament with the banner and all the and the champagne and stuff.
The mandatory banner.
Mandatory banner, all that, and then I think this emphasis on the All-Star game. I think LeBron legitimately felt like he had to be there because he's the face of the league.
But
he's a
being
captain.
there is different than playing.
Depends
he
on
could
where
have
he went
been
for the
there without
treatment.
playing.
Depends on where he went for the treatment.
Wait
I
a
don't
minute.
know.
Say again what you said, John.
Mason's right.
Thank you.
Wow.
Use
Doesn't that
that
feel
as
good?
a drop.
Yeah.
That's a good drop.
Hey, Momo, you know what the best thing about me being on the Comrex is?
What?
I can't spit on you.
Oh, that's true.
Let me tell you what an all-time jerk move that was by Momo. She said that when you may switch microphones,
Yes.
that she was uncomfortable, or you were going to be uncomfortable because there would be a bunch of spit on the mic.
Yeah.
I was on the Grammy trip. I hadn't been there for 7 days.
Oh, that is true.
She just said it to be a jerk.
She did.
That's so not
it
how
was
that
a
went
to-
down.
How'd it
By
go
the way,
down?
there was a conversation off the air.
Off the air.
And then Momo put it right back on the. I'm like, that's not for on air. That's
That's what happened. It was
Good
an
job,
off-air
Momo.
conversation,
Good
and
job.
I just kind of led with it.
No, it should all be on air.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It wasn't. I didn't even know you spit.
Oh, sure you didn't.
I didn't know. No, I really didn't. Mace is the one who was like, man, I got to put up a spit screen here.
I did not say that.
Oh, you sure as hell did.
Pepe is
Pepe's
tapping out.
Pepe's tapping out.
Tapped out.
Bye, Pepe.
You know what?
Wait, did he
drank
call
half
in
the
or
espresso
something?
No,
frap.
he's
No,
here.
he's here.
He's here. He's leaving.
Why is he
The
there?
horse.
Oh God, Ireland! You got to hear. He brought up an actress today.
What was her name?
Verna
Lissy.
Verna Lissy.
Here, come here and tell
I'm like the obscure actress of the day, Verna Lissy.
By the way,
Looking her up right now, Verna Lissy.
it's a surprise, but Michael has a surprise for Pepe that he is going to love tomorrow.
Oh,
or no, it'll be Friday.
Friday
when
morning.
they're both
Friday.
Yeah.
Mason didn't know who Verna Lissy is.
No one knows who Verna Lissy is.
His friends that are really a lot of good friends from movies and all that.
Yes.
I bet you they know who Verna Lissy is.
I bet you nobody
She's
knows
a
who
super
Verna
famous
Lissy is.
Italian
Pepe,
actress,
just like every
according
other
to
actress you
Wikipedia.
bring up from the 40s, nobody knows.
I
who
think
Verna-
members
from
of
the
her
40s.
family don't even remember her anymore. Verna Lissy.
No, they remember. She looked like
So
Marilyn Monroe. She was,
I'm looking up her accolades here. She won Best Actress at Cannes one year.
yeah.
Okay.
Bye,
So
Pepe.
she won Best Act. Pepe, you
Pepe
leaving?
tapped out. I can't believe he tapped out.
You got another frappuccino down there with the
Took
name.
him 3 hours to drink this thing.
They're gonna call out your name, Pee-Pee. We got your frappuccino.
All right, so real quick, as we try to break the super crosstalk record, Mace says he will not leave until we take a recorded commercial break.
That is correct.
So right now, for a minute or so,
Oh,
Cappy
damn.
is going to tell us about our friends at Avner Gat. Everybody get a drink of water, and we're going to keep rolling.
Okay, keep going.
Now, have you heard about Avner Gat?
Snack.
I have.
You have. Okay,
yeah,
good.
I've heard you talk about him.
Okay, wanted to make sure because you knew a lot about LAX.
Yeah.
The question is, how much do you know about Avner Gat?
If you get into a bad situation, there's a guy you can call.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And you've got it.
Cleans it up, fixes it up.
Yep,
You got it at a high level. So
Remedial kind of stuff.
Well, Avner Gat is a public insurance adjuster.
Yeah, that's right.
So hypothetically, Momo, let's say at your house.
Yeah.
Let's say you have this.
Oh, and the insurance adjuster comes by and he's trying to underpay you on that settlement.
That's right. So
who do you call?
Right, you call Avner Gat. Avner Gat kicks ass.
Yeah.
Okay, that should be his slogan. Avner Gat kicks ass.
Because I have homeowners insurance, and when stuff goes wrong wrong, they never want to pay me for it.
Correct. So you pay it every month,
Yeah.
right? Because
it's worthless.
Right. And so what happens is all of a sudden you've got this disaster.
You're right. That happens.
And then the
I had a
insurance-
leak
Oh,
with
right.
these rains.
And the insurance company is like, okay, well, we'll give you $10,000 to fix that, but really it's going to take $50,000
I wish they
to
would give me
fix that.
$10,000. They say, oh, we'll send our guy out in 3 weeks.
Right. Well, this is when you call Avner Gap.
Yes.
818-917-5256. 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergat.com. And when you call Avner Gat, let me tell you something right now. You call that number, Avner Gat answers the phone himself.
Avner answers the phone?
How does he sound?
Hello.
Right. 818-917-5256. Avner Gat is my man. And I'm telling you right now, this ever happens to you, you try and negotiate with the insurance company yourself, good luck, sucker.
Yeah.
That's why you call Avner Gat. 818-917-5256.
Quarter in front of 5 o'clock as we try to break the Super Crosstalk record. Steve Mason.
What is the record?
Hey, you want
Hour
another?
10.
You guys want some more bad news?
Yeah, sure. Bring it on.
Christian Wood, left knee, out at least 2 weeks.
Oh my!
Ah.
Oh my! Any word on?
It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, I mean, we can live without this. I mean, I hope he gets well and all that.
for his
but-
sake and all.
Any word on other guys that are hurt? Vanderbilt,
All right, you want the
Gabe
full
Vincent?
update, Captain?
Yeah.
Yeah, full
All
update.
right, Anthony Davis probable.
Okay.
Max Christie questionable.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Reddish questionable.
Okay.
LeBron out.
Yep.
Maxwell Lewis out.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Vanderbilt out.
Okay.
Gabe Vincent out.
Yep.
Still?
Christian Wood out.
Mm.
I think Scott Kaplan in.
Well, I was thinking maybe Darvin Ham would play.
Did you guys see that article that Darvin's one of 4 NBA coaches who can still dunk?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's
Who are the others?
Darvin, Willie Green,
Okay.
Monty Williams, and one more.
Pop? Was it Greg Popovich?
Popovich.
It's Pop,
Pop
right?
cannot dunk.
It's Pop.
Pop.
It's not Pop.
I bet you think Joe
Spoelstra?
Mazzulla-
What about
No.
Spoelstra?
No, it's
No.
not supposed to.
How about Missoula?
No. Who is it?
Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey.
No, Chauncey can't dunk.
What about Mike Budenholzer?
What?
At least when he dunks, he has to take his hands out of his pockets.
Yeah.
Then, you know.
I'm trying to think of other ones.
Oh, that's a shot.
That was
How
a
about
shot.
Will Hardy. Will Hardy.
That was a shot.
He's young.
Brad
Utah?
Stevens. What about Brad Stevens?
No.
He's not really a coach.
Not
Will
a
Hardy,
dunker.
don't you think?
Mason, you've somehow managed to mention 2 guys who aren't coaches.
Right.
I'm just naming coaches now.
How about Doc? Can Doc dunk?
Doc.
No.
No, Doc can't even win.
Wow, John Ireland.
Going all J.J. Redick on this.
Yeah, why not? But I'm trying to figure. I'll think of it before.
Johnny I coming in hot today.
Yeah.
That's what a little vacay does
Kid
for you.
can't dunk anymore. I don't know if Ty Lue could ever dunk.
No.
Jamal Mosley, Willie Green,
Jamal Mosley.
Ime
Mosley's the
Udoka, and
4th.
Darvin Ham. Yeah.
I can dunk too, so that's nothing.
Oh, Big
Yeah,
D.
I can
Look
dunk
at
too. Yeah.
DeAndre
DeAndre, you're
weighing in.
25. Of course you can.
What
dunk.
that mean? What that mean?
Big D, I challenge you to a dunk competition.
Let's do it.
Okay, here it
Let's
goes.
do it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
But
Hold on.
Cap gets to use one of those mini trampolines.
Right, here's what I was thinking. You ready? No, here's what I was thinking. Just like the three-point shooting thing between Steph Curry and what was the female?
Sabrina Ionescu.
Okay, and you know how they shot from the same three-point line?
Yep.
But there was a lot of criticism. People say, no, she should have shot from where the WNBA shoots from.
Mm-hmm.
You dunk on a 10-foot basket.
Okay.
I dunk on an 8-foot basket to try and even things
You know,
out.
level
a little
the playing
handicap,
field.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay. I respect
You're
it.
25. I'm
Mhm.
54.
Okay.
Okay. So there's an age difference right there. And, you're in your athletic prime, and I'm past my athletic
Yeah,
prime.
you have a lot of visceral fat.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. So you do a 10-foot basket, I do an 8-foot basket, and let's have a full-blown competition.
Let's do it.
Because I'm Mac McClung on an 8-footer. Just so you know, dog.
Mac McClung was good.
He was. I mean, honestly, that
shouldn't
thing
be
is
in
just
it. Yeah.
over. That is just done. I thought aside from the 3-point shooting, I thought
Yeah.
Ireland. Did you even watch it?
No, I turned it off. And by the way, I've already told you guys how to save the dunk contest.
Yeah,
Right?
you have.
Yeah.
All right. So here's my updated. I've added some things to it.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
So there are 30 teams in the NBA. Each team has their own dunk contest. Anyone can enter it for $100.
Okay.
All right.
That way you don't get hacks like Cappy out there if they don't want to blow 100.
8-footers.
8-foot
Yeah.
basket.
All right. So then you do it all over the city. You do it in parks. You do it in gyms. You do it whatever, and you narrow it down to one guy. Each team has one guy.
Okay.
When you get it down to like 16, that's your halftime show for at least a month. 2 guys dunking at halftime in an elimination
Okay.
game. All right, so once you get to 30, then you have 30 dunkers. You get 2 wild cards, 2 guys that did really well, and you grant them in. So we have 32 dunkers. Friday is of All-Star Weekend. Next year it's here in San Francisco. Friday of All-Star Weekend at the Fan Fest is Day of Dunks. You eliminate and you put it on like a website.
So you go from 32 to what?
To 4.
To 4.
Get it down to 4. Then, for the dunk contest on All-Star Saturday night, 4 guys who came out of my tournament against 4 NBA guys, winner gets $1 million. Wouldn't you watch that?
I'm more likely to watch that, yeah. Although, if you're an NBA player, do you really want to be embarrassed by some guy from Venice Beach?
For $1 million you would.
I don't know.
Do you think $1 million motivates
so. No,
like big stars?
Well, no. Matter of fact, did you guys hear the story that came out today?
Yeah, that they were offered $1 million.
Carter said that 15 years ago, the NBA went to him, Kobe, Tracy McGrady, and LeBron.
And LeBron, yeah.
And offered him $1 million, and Vince Carter was the only one who wanted to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
I think guys don't want to be embarrassed.
Well, I think LeBron, and I know Stephen A. was very critical of LeBron, and I tend to agree with him, that LeBron, especially in the early part of his career, should have been in it.
Yes.
Kobe was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kobe won it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why would LeBron...
Donovan Mitchell was in it. Like, superstars, early in your career, you should do it.
Right, and LeBron never did it.
Yeah.
And the reason LeBron never did it is because it was the downside was much greater than the upside.
Well, the story, Lindsay, you told me, right, that in Cleveland was that since they wanted to invite him his first year, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, and he didn't make the All-Star team, and he was like, no, if I'm not going to play, if I'm not good enough to play in the game, I'm not going to do the dunk contest.
Really? At 18 years old, you've got that kind of attitude?
Yeah,
He had billboards like all over of like he was the, he was the
He was the king on day one, remember?
Cappy, here's
This
the thing.
year,
Yes,
Wemby should have done it.
Yeah,
Yes,
Wemby would have been
Cappy,
great.
yes, at 18 years old, but I would also add didn't he have Aaron Goodwin as his agent back then? It was like one of the most powerful agent in the world, you know?
You should get that agent, Cappy. Your
I should
contract's
get that.
coming up.
I know, I should get
Oh,
that
yeah.
agent.
What is the deal with your contract?
No, hey, Cappy,
Yeah.
get Scott Boras. You'll have to wait for a contract till the
Yeah,
very end.
no, you'll wait for a while.
Right. I'll be sitting on the sidelines with Blake Snell and
Oh,
whoever
my
else.
Cody
he's got.
Bellinger.
Yeah, Cody Bellinger.
J.D. Martinez.
J.D.
Right.
Martinez.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
there's somebody else really good that he's got that doesn't have it.
Jordan
Oh,
Montgomery.
Matt Chapman.
Matt Chapman.
Yeah, Matt Chapman.
Matt Chapman.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Cody
Middle name.
Bellinger, no?
Yeah, Bellinger for sure.
Hey, DeAndre, just so you know, I am going to now incorporate my dunk coach. Okay? So I'm going to start now.
You have, not surprisingly, you have a guy.
I have a guy, and I need to borrow your guy, by the way. And Mason has already offered to let me use both of yours guy, okay?
Oh, the ticket guy.
The ticket guy.
The great Harris Rosner, VIP
Right, but
tickets.
he
Greatest
wants to
guy
use
in the
your
world.
He wants to
Fantastic.
use your ticket guy, Ireland, to get LA Kings tickets, which you could just buy on.
Yeah, that was a waste.
Just go to kings.com.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do that.
Yeah, no, you bring in Harris
Yeah.
when for only the big ticket items.
Yes.
Okay,
When
got
you
it.
really need, like Mason and I used him to go to the Sphere.
Yeah.
Which George thought sucked.
Really?
No,
George,
I
you
did
didn't-
not say that.
I
just-
thought
you know
Pepe
what?
said you said that.
I
George,
said
I
you
was
too.
worried that we overhyped it. And that
no,
we might have
no,
wrecked
no,
it
no.
for you.
To much to the contrary, the Sphere was absolutely the headliner. U2 was very average.
I almost think that a bad band would be good at the Sphere because the light. You're right, George. The light show is the thing. Mm-hmm. It's that. Momo, you haven't been yet, right?
I have not.
You got to go. You got to take Nevin and
You
go.
got to get there.
Although, didn't you not get chills when everybody in the building was singing "With or Without You"?
Yeah, but that was like
with
literally
or
like the
without
fifth.
you.
That was literally like the last or second to last.
It was a
song.
big.
Like,
the
what are you
entire place
talking
was
about?
singing. I mean, that gave me chills.
Right, but you've been there for 2 hours already.
They
They spent the middle part of the entire show doing ballads. Like, what are you doing for
Well,
an
they
hour
were-
doing
they were-
slow music?
Well, they did
were doing
Octoon
music.
Baby. They
Right.
did the whole album, and then they branched out after that.
I know, but that's the point. It's like you're like nobody was standing. There was no energy in the building other than people going, "Whoa, look at that thing on the screen."
Boy,
So
you two backlash.
So we got a little bad news here.
Uh-oh. What is it now?
So we got a special guest coming on. Now
Oh,
can
do we have
keep-
to-
We got to. Technically, we can keep rolling, but it's going to be a weird transition. Then we're going to end up.
We
a
got a
little-
break.
So we didn't make it.
Oh, damn it!
We
What
made
was
it
the
an
record?
hour.
Who's
We
the
made.
guest
that
no,
bumped us?
longer than an hour. It started at 3:55.
Well, so
No,
it's an
didn't
hour.
you
It's
guys do Game of
4:55.
Games?
Yeah, we did game. Who'd we get bumped for? Like Jovan Buha?
Go ahead, George.
No, it's Martin Jarman who's coming on.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he's-
Martin
Why don't
Jarman.
you guys hang out and be part of it?
It's all right. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah. So we made it an hour, which means
No,
maybe.
because Game of Games
No,
starts
that's-
at three what?
45.
3:45.
But that doesn't really start super crosstalk.
Yeah, I guess
That's
it's
not
the start.
true.
Commercial free, an hour and
They
10
were
minutes.
legitimately part of Super Crosstalk. The same people were there.
Don't try to step on my bit.
No, I think we're. So did we make the record?
We made the record. If
think
you
so.
count Game of Games, we made the record,
Yes.
but we didn't break it.
Okay.
The record is what?
Hour 10.
Okay, let's not make a habit
Hey,
of this.
hey, Sedano and Cap, will you ask Martin 2 things for me?
Yeah, let me write them down. Hold
Yeah,
on.
me too.
Okay, another easy to remember.
Go ahead, George.
Number one, did you even entertain the idea of Pete Carroll?
Yeah, I want to know that
Was
too.
it even discussed?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, that's number one. And number two is, I heard that after the bowl game that UCLA won, that Martin and Chip Kelly did not speak for 6 weeks. It was like a Cold War.
Why? What'd you hear? Why?
No, I just heard they don't like each other.
Clearly.
But
I
I'm
mean,
glad.
I'll ask him what your
Yeah.
relationship was like at the end because
Yeah.
there's stuff out there that you guys didn't even communicate.
I'm the
I don't
only
care.
UCLA grad here, and I'm a big Martin
I think
Jarman
you need to
fan,
stay on the line, John.
and I applaud
Well,
him
John,
what
you
he
know,
did.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, okay.
John, you're back tomorrow with Mason Ireland?
Yeah,
Beautiful.
for the combo plate.
Hey,
Excellent.
this was fun.
This
we
was
went,
great.
See ya, boys.
We went an hour 10 nonstop, hour of Supercross, whatever technicalities. But coming back, special guest. We're going to have more fun and frivolity. Sedano and Cap is back in 3 minutes on. Let's do the 420.